Welcome back, everyone. On the edge of the Dreadlands, there lies a small but lively town, an oasis within the harsh landscape. A haven to some, a starting point for adventure for others. This town, Hellsbank, a name the citizens of the town refer to it as, is a town like any other. Of course, if you had dragged that town through a scorching desert and beaten it to an inch of its life. Life out in the Dreadlands is difficult and has hardened the folks that live there. But even so, they are not weary of strangers, as they are the lifeblood that keeps the town alive. Wedler, you have purpose in coming here. You have asked some of your companions to join you on this journey to Hellsbank. Mm-hmm. What have you told them is the reason that you wanted to come to Hellsbank? Just so we're aware. And again, we have been playing these characters actually a couple times now. Yeah. And this last time was just at Dragon Con, where we had a fun little romp through the waste of the Dreadlands and fought some goblins. We did have some other companions that we left at the last town that you were just at, and you had broken off and headed to this town on your own. Wedler, what did you tell them?
So after I got my weapons back and my stuff, for those of you still with me, I might have told you I have a map, and that map might lead us to this town, which might lead us to some treasure. Which might not be true.
And so you shared that all kind of on the road, or that was the reason for
okay. Yeah, on the road probably.
Okay.
Oh. And as Wheeler tells you this walking into town, he's a dust goblin. They wear what's left of the wasteland. Burlaps and canvas. And they carry a pickaxe on their back because their favorite thing in the whole world is dig for gold. And, yeah, that's it. I don't really hold any weapons. I have a small sling, and I have a little chin strap beard because that's all I can grow. And a few hairs left on the top of my head, which shielded me from the sun. And, yeah. Oh, I have a gold tooth, too, because I plucked that rock myself.
Oh. Very good. Very sweet. All right. And as you approach this settlement, this town, your companions, to your right as you walk through, what would they see?
Yeah, they would see the darker skinned individual, human. They have a nice little brownish black mustache, bright, not even super bright, kind of dull gray eyes. Can't really tell what kind of hair they have. That seems short underneath their hat, their dark charcoal black hat. They're wearing a pretty simple garb, a nice cream shirt with a brown vest over that, some black pants, and nice little boots. You see a couple of holsters, one to their left, one to their right, with what seem to be not necessarily ornate pistols, but they seem to do the job. And yeah, that is what you see. Yeah.
And?
Walking reluctantly with Wedler is a tall half-elf. There's this slight almond sort of shape to the eyes that sort of give it away. Dressed in a much nicer way to everybody else. Although these clothes look like they're a little old and they've been repaired. So a nice shirt, a nice cravat, good quality waistcoat, heavy duster, breeches and boots. And a very nice looking bowler hat. But it appears that he's wearing the bowler hat wrong, because it's pulled down a little too low and his ears are both tucked under the bowler hat. It doesn't look very comfortable. To one of his hip, he has a very nasty looking but expensive poignard, like a mango, a long blade. And in his other hand, he's carrying a doctor's bag.
Okay, interesting. All right. And as you approach, the typical, and for those of you who have been in the wasteland, the Dreadlands specifically, or the area of the waste that this is, it's arid, it's dry, somewhat desert-like. As you've heard, you venture further into the Dreadlands, it becomes more arid, dry, and devoid of any sort of life and difficult to survive. Legend tells of a great battle that happened or potentially occurred at some point, and legend also tells of storms that occur in the Dreadlands, almost like magical feedback that have echoed through time, caused by whatever cataclysmic event turned the Dreadlands into what it is. You all have heard from the last time that you were, and from people you've talked to on your way here, that Hell's Bank sits on the very edge. It's the final kind of last watering hole, last sign of real civilization before you venture into the Dreadlands. Kind of the last bank of hope, as it were. As you approach, the sun is setting. Light is starting to wane. You're thankful being in the Dreadlands at night is not great. You have been traveling north along the mountains to your right, the Dreadlands far beyond to your left. There's a bit of a wind that has picked up. Sand is kind of pelting you in the face a little bit as you start to walk into town. You can already hear the distant hum of civilization, of community. Possibly the distant sound of a harmonica being played in the distance. Maybe a banjo. All of that wonderment that comes with this part of the Wasted West. The one thing that you notice specifically as you start to approach is that the town has a road that runs north-south, and right on the edge, let me pull out the map.
Already!
It's big,
Okay.
y'all.
Okay.
Oh, and Julian, we have that. Thank you to Julian, who's
Thank you, Julian.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use your device to bring it down a little bit.
Okay.
Hero
Look at
Folgers.
that. That's amazing.
Are we on High Road?
Do we always?
Yeah, so you're all approaching from Crossing Avenue this way. This is kind of north-south. That heads towards there. That is to the east. So north-south is this way.
Got it.
This
East,
west,
runs
sort
this
of.
way.
So what's north and south?
North-south
Gotcha.
like that. You're coming up this way. On the left, you see, and this is quite distant still, sand in the air. You're kind of crossing through the dunes leading up. But it's a weird sort of architectural wonder in these parts. Architecture that you don't really recognize and kind of doesn't quite fit in from the distance that you see. And you see some ruins, actually, which appear to be almost like the burnt down husk of a building that used to be there. And then right beside that is a row of houses which almost look like they've been built out of a template. Basically typical settler town,
Yeah.
where it's like, we're just going to move in here. Let's get this up as fast as we possibly can to beat the blistering heat and sand. In the distance, you do see blue, and it's actually quite marvelous blue, and it looks like some sort of large body of water. You can't quite see the other side at this point in the setting sun. The one thing that you do notice as you kind of approach is an individual who kind of sits in amongst and just before the ruins. Archie, tell me what they see.
So, as them strangers approach, you see what looks to be maybe a bearskin rug propped up against a tree until it kind of cocks its head and looks at you. You see about 7.5 feet of big furry bear folk, kind of eyeing you warily.
All right. And that's what you see. And it's quite weird at this point, or out of place, because there is just a large, furry bearfolk creature. And you've heard of bearfolk. It is up to you whether or not maybe you've seen them in the past. They aren't incredibly common, especially out this far. It is hot. It is dry.
As soon as he moved, Blue goes,
The rug's alive.
That ain't a rug. That's one of them barefoot.
Bear folk.
Yeah, don't get too close. He'll have you.
Okay, I walk up closer.
Howdy.
It's howdy.
Yeah, howdy.
Howdy.
Oh, it's a meeting of the minds, this, isn't it?
You're so tall. What did I say? Are you from round these parts?
My parts are indeed very round.
Oh, mine too.
There's a sigh. Very audible sigh escaping. What's my name?
Sully. New characters, y'all.
Already breaking.
And before I continue, have we been to Hell's Bay before?
No,
Or is this the
no,
first
this is
time ever.
first time, yeah.
All right. Then I'll step forward and say, "Excuse me, are you some kind of watch for this town?"
No, I'm a bit of a pariah from this town.
I'm sorry to hear that. Not sure if we need to talk to you or not, but we are new and we need to find some rest. Would you be able to let us know where we can lay our feet, get a little bit of ale or some food?
Well, yeah, there's a tavern over yonder. If you just keep heading south, north. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Directions are an arbitrary construct if you really think
It's
about
true.
it. So yeah, there's a place full of pink monsters just like that one over there, and they all kind of drink the same stuff, and they don't even lay on the ground or nothing.
But you can't just skip over the monster part. What?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like I'm like a bear guy. That's like a furry lizard. You're
I'm a human.
yep,
Right.
human, and you're pink.
Fancy. He's fancy.
Like a mushroom creature.
It's a hat. You
Oh, it's
very numpty.
Oh,
They
what's
call
a
me
num-
Numpty.
That's a numpty.
Okay.
I'm apparently a Numpty. It is nice to meet you. My name is Arcturus, but you can call me Archie, and I just extend a big old paw over there.
Put a very tiny, sweaty, gross goblin hand inside your paw.
That's pretty
You
nice.
just got Minnesotan for a second.
I'm said you said your name was Sully.
Sully. I didn't say my name, but wow, you can like read my
Oh,
mind.
I'm sorry. That was out of
Mind
character.
reader?
Nope, I
How do you
can't.
feel about maps? I need a map read.
Oh, yep. No, I'm not your guy.
Do you have a map reader in town?
I'm sure we got somebody that'd look at that
This
piece
is the
of paper
biggest town
for
I've
you.
ever seen. It's got to be a map reader.
And Mushroom Feller, what was your name again?
It's Mr. Smith. Smith. Smith.
Smith it is. Nice to meet you, Smith.
We're gonna go head to this
No,
tavern, but you seem to be lonely out here. I'm not gonna say you can join us, but you shouldn't just.
You
sit
should
out
join
here.
us.
But
All right, I like your wet hands.
Thanks. I did that myself.
Wow. I'm gonna go with wet hands over here.
I like that. Wheeler wet hand.
We love wet hands.
That's not a moniker you want to carry.
absolutely not.
Why?
I thought you said your name was Wheeler, not Monica.
Monica's my cousin. We don't talk to her anymore.
Wheedler wet hands.
Well, I don't
sounds
really
like-
talk to any of my family anymore.
All right, we're
Let's
getting
get
to a
a drink.
space
Yeah,
where
I
we didn't
drink.
ask for. Start walking up north, not leaving them, but clearly saying, "Let's start going, folks."
Sure.
Demonic.
As you start to kind of approach the main road, and you see a little sign, wooden sign, with kind of wood burned into it, Crossing Avenue, and that's kind of the road that crosses through the top of the town. On the left, you see like I mentioned, a classic, almost Victorian style house in design, very out of place. A shape and style that is out of place in these parts. The siding is a dark blue, almost purple in color, with dark wood, double doors, and an archway of stained glass windows about it. Its front yard is surrounded by a faded, white-washed picket fence that is in desperate need of a new paint job. All the grass, bushes, and trees within the front yard are brown and yellow in color. All of their stalks, stems, leaves, all dried up and withered. There's a small wooden sign that hangs from iron chains above it, and it says "Maze, Mystical Elixirs, and Tomes" in common. As you look, though, the door kind of opens up briefly, and you see kind of a hand come out and turn the sign from open to closed as the door closes again, and you hear some locking happening.
Sorry.
Does that happen often?
Yeah.
Y'all took too long talking. I'm just kidding. Hey, consequences. No, I'm just kidding. On the right, you see what looks like a husk remains of a 30 by 50 foot wooden building or so, almost burnt completely to the ground.
Oh, no.
Some sort of business or some sort of large size building that is no longer there.
And where is this tavern again?
It would, and you would know that it is up and to the right.
It's
Just a little further.
up and to the right, just a little bit further.
Does it have a name just in case we happen to be looking at a map?
Yep, the
It's called the Last
Pink
Watering
Weenie.
Hole.
Oh, this one.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh, the last watering hole. I've heard of this place.
Yeah, they don't let me in there.
Well,
Sorry, why are we taking the person who the town doesn't like to
I
the
didn't
place?
say we're taking him, but I said he shouldn't be self-loathing out here.
But I'm taking him.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
does-
being taken right now.
Does the tavern have working girls? Because we could do some coin.
I got working girls.
Most towns have ladies that work.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there a saloon?
Oh yeah.
Not
there's
a tavern, not a bar, but where there's like dancing and like skirts and
skirt.
piano and stuff.
No, yeah, there's absolutely that. There's a piano with a skirt on, and they let me inside and everything.
Wow! Your musical instruments wear clothes?
Yeah.
We're still walking.
Okay.
And he's just going to walk a little faster.
All right. So on the left, you see another site that is quite out of place. Actually, you see that there is a rough stone walled courtyard just to the building on the left, and that's about 9 feet tall, and it's got large, thick oaken doors that are closed currently, and you see a steeple actually rising from the top
We're fine.
of
We're
it.
fine.
We're
fine.
Omega's good.
What?
Another drink for Omega, please, barman.
Thanks.
I try to jump to see over a 9-foot wall, which is impossible.
Yeah.
Is it all right if
No
I
luck.
just lift you over it? I could probably
Oh my
reach.
god, I put my arms out like a kid.
Just kind of
I
haul
mean-
him.
Feel free to fling her over the wall.
What do
That
we
was-
see over the wall?
Okay. What you actually see over the wall is a
Thank you.
we're good. Okay, is a lush courtyard. The smell of grass and blooming flowers fills the air. Inside, you see berry bushes, cherry blossom trees in full bloom, a bird bath fountain with trickling water in its basin. Small birds and colorful butterflies flutter back and forth, and it's quite a contrast and a juxtaposition to the rest of this town.
I've never seen so much green before. I say down to Archie.
What are you wearing?
Very little. Well, I've got a pair of dusty pants and
So I'm looking straight up. I haven't either.
While this is happening, Mr. Smith, you notice that behind you, you hear from the building directly across the street from that, what sounds like kind of raucous laughter and shouting, almost in excitement. You also hear some boos and some hisses and some kind of like a very mixed set of emotions.
Like a gambling house or something similar.
That is actually exactly what you see. This is one of 4 buildings, it appears, or let's say this is one building that seems to be attached to the one beside it by some sort of tunnel of sorts. And you imagine, perhaps because of the desert and the wind and the elements, that if things get really bad and there's some sort of storm, maybe they can pass between these buildings safely. And the one, though, right behind you has a sign above it that calls it the spinning coin. And it appears to be a gambling house of some sort, which is fine. And then just beside that, you see a smaller building that says the last watering hole above its doorway. And you imagine that is obviously the
last
saloon.
one. This must be a very special place.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Now you know what we got ourselves into.
Just past the temple, you see that what appears to be a large building. It looks fairly official, maybe a government building, a town hall of some sort. And then down the road, it kind of gets dark. The one thing that you do notice, standing kind of between that little area that you are, between the temple and the last watering hole, is a blacksmith sort of shop on the corner. In the distance, each square is 10 feet.
Okay.
So you're like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, maybe 60 feet from it. And you see what appears to be a large iron humanoid kind of looming structure. looking down at, what do they see?
So as Nexus, the automaton, stands outside the blacksmith shop, you see what looks in some ways very much like a human. She has a humanoid face. She has long brown hair. She is dressed very clearly in clothes that are several sizes too big, very raggedy. They look like maybe she got them from like some kind of farmer. But what is most notable is that at the shoulder, Nexus's arms stop being human and they are fully mechanical. They are these sort of deep blue and silver cogs and clockwork sort of automaton things with pieces of what looks like hands kind of still attached. And she is looking down at an anvil and sort of holding this like far too big of a hammer, and is just kind of puzzling the hammer and the anvil, and is looking around for the clearly looking around like for the proprietor who has stepped away presumably for a few moments, and she'll sort of notice the stairs, and she'll kind of raise one mechanical hand and wave and just sort of go back to very patiently waiting for the proprietor to return.
What kind of creature is that?
I don't know.
What kind of creature is that?
One you don't need to be rude about. Just go up and say hi if you really want to.
You're beautiful and shiny.
Okay.
And you hear this kind of echo across and down the streets. And actually, when you arrived, you were met by this large iron creature who did not speak. Who, when you said, "May I speak to the proprietor," kind of nodded and then said, "Wait," and then just its hands kind of like slowly went to its side, and then is just looking down at you and not breaking eye contact.
Okay. And Nexus will look up and say, "Hello, I am Nexus. I apologize for the confusion. This is the first time that I've been here. Are you the proprietor?"
Don't say yes.
Sorry, and you're
I'm
talking
talking
to the
yeah.
large iron.
Okay.
And this creature's like 8 feet tall, and it kind of it shakes its head no. Does not speak.
Is the proprietor inside?
Not yes.
May I go inside?
Not yes.
Thank you. And Nexus will very like awkwardly bow, but like still hold the hammer like kind of behind her back because she's very clearly trying to take it, and just go inside.
Okay. As you pass through into the building, you see a sign above it that says, and just one sec, let me just break something up here real quick. You see, it says Leaning Barn Ironworks, and you see 3 specific symbols under it. You see like a blacksmith anvil. You see the head of the head of a horse, almost like it's a conglomerate of buildings that exist. As you enter the building, you notice at first glance the buildings are makeshift wooden fenced, surrounded compound like a hodgepodge collection. As you get closer, you can see the main building is half open, covered roof, with 2 large anvils, a black stained one and a dark metal gray one. Various smithing tools can be seen on the wooden benches and leaning on the large iron buckets of water. The rest of the building has 3 walls enclosing it and surrounds a very large stone blow furnace that has a red-orange glow emanating from it. A black-bearded man is standing in front of the gray metal anvil and seems to be hammering on a horseshoe. Behind him, pushing on the bellows, the large iron creature kind of goes back and continues to kind of push on the bellows on the other side. What do you do?
Hello, I am Nexus. I'm looking for the proprietor.
I am him.
And Nexus will hold up the hammer. I need a hammer 1/25th the size of this.
And 1/25th the size of
Yes.
it. And so you see this gentleman has a big, thick kind of beard. What you imagine a stereotypical kind of blacksmith would be. Kind of heat-burned face, some scars along his arms and his hands. He's got these big, black, kind of leather, thick gloves on. and he looks at you and he says, "My name is Draven. I own Leaning Barn, and this here is my boy Patch." And he looks at the big iron, and the iron golem does like one of these, and kind of looks at you. He says, "You need a small hammer."
I need a very small hammer. Actually, several very small hammers. In fact, as many small hammers and wrenches and screwdrivers and socket wrenches, and as she says, as she pulls out like this list that just keeps going.
Yeah.
And several pieces of iron and several more pieces of steel, if you have any. And she just like is going, like the list just keeps going.
Yeah.
And she finally like gets to the end of the list, and she'll say, "And that will be all."
What? That's like 75 items, ma'am. How big do you want these?
Very
Because I
small.
have all of those items. I can sell you those if you like, but I only have regular sized ones. I'm not quite sure why you need tiny ones.
And Nexus will just like pull up her sleeve and just point to
Yeah.
the clockwork and say, "I'm having some mechanical issues."
And his eyes go incredibly wide. Cut to the rest of the group. What do you do?
I follow. I have been coming. Well, okay, I've never been to this town, but I came here because I'm looking for something, and it's supposed to be special. My father called it a treasure, but I don't know if that's actually true. That person's very shiny, like a treasure. Maybe that's what I'm looking for.
How about we? And he like looks back at Mr. Smith and kind of Archie. How about we just go to a tavern first? Let us get acclimated before we start hounding people we just met. Literally.
Oh, there's hounds in town? I don't like
No,
dogs.
I mean, we just need to take a load off. We've been walking for quite some time. This is a very hot place, and I'm thirsty.
Right. I have a canteen. Right. Okay. So bar, is that the plan? I just want to like this time is so.
I'm not saying we don't have to do that. Just got here.
It's pronounced bear, not bar.
Oh yeah. Okay, bear. You want some bear?
No.
I feel more stupid listening to them talk.
I don't like to use those terminologies, but I feel different.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to say that either.
No.
This all feels weird. I'm just going to start walking towards the tavern.
Okay. You turn around. You start walking.
I'd like to peep in on the shiny person, and if the automaton's still out front, she bowed.
Yeah.
So I bow.
Okay. All right. So as you say that, his eyes kind of go wide, and you hear Wedler kind of enter the area.
"Hello, I am Nexus."
I'm Wheeler.
"Hello, Wheeler. I am Nexus." Nailed it.
I'm Wheeler. Okay. Are you a treasure?
"My father says that I am very special. Perhaps that is some kind of treasure."
My father was looking for something special.
"Clearly, we should go together."
Let's be friends.
Just force it right there. There we go. Just in.
That was good.
Well, we came to this town obviously looking for something, which I've now found. Why are you here?
"I am here because I am having mechanical issues." Points to her
Ah.
arm again.
I could fix that.
"You could fix this?
Yeah, I have take her bobble. Yeah,
Really?
I can try.
Yes, I would be very grateful for the assistance."
Wheeler pulls out small tools because I have goblin-sized tools, and I begin to and try to fix her arm.
Okay.
Can I
So,
do that?
and what is the issue that is currently facing your arm?
Honestly, dust. It's very dusty. There's some dust that has gotten kind of like into the joint.
Yeah, and so it's
and
like-
so there's a lot of like this action, but there's not a lot of this action going on.
Probably a lot of grinding
So
sound.
yeah,
and
it's like
so
a
on.
little bit of a grinding sound.
Yeah.
a little
Give me an
bit.
investigation check.
Oh, okay.
First roll from
First
day.
Ooh,
Nice
fix
shiny
my
natural
arm.
arm.
Fix my arm.
Now I'm really nervous.
You got this. You got this. You got
Okay.
this.
Investigation.
And I would, you can give me,
This is actually pretty good for me, so.
yeah, you can add your bonus for your tool proficiency if you've got
Oh,
it.
yeah, dope. Okay, I'll add my proficiency to it. 15 plus 3 makes 18, and 2 makes a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Teddy.
Huzzah.
Hey!
Okay, yeah, and I go to maybe fix it, and I go, I look at it. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just a little dirty.
And Wedler goes,
And sucks in all your dust and blows it out.
Thank you. That is remarkably better. I really didn't think it was going to work, but here we are.
I love breathing dust.
And I imagine as she's talking, as he's talking, he, they,
he, they.
okay. So as he's talking, it's like puffing out of like all the orifices.
I like dust.
Yeah, okay.
My father always says that one good deed deserves another. You seem as new in town as I. Can I help you in some way?
Well, they,
And I turn and point at the rest of the crew that's staying here. I go,
they're wanting something called a bar.
And one of them is currently walking away.
Oh, and Nexus will sort of like, I recall seeing one on the way in. I would be happy to escort you.
Hey, that's what the bear said.
Hello, I am Nexus.
I'm Archie. You can just call me Archie.
Hello, Archie. I am Nexus.
Hi, Nexus. I'm an Archie.
Very nice to meet you, Archie. I am Nexus.
Sully, how long does it take to walk 100 foot? Because it feels like
That's a good question.
Well, technically, I have goblin legs, so at least twice as long.
As you reach the door to this saloon, you see that it is also attached around the corner to another building as well by another tunnel. And it's kind of an L shape. You can see that there's 4 buildings on that corner that are attached with this sort of internal tunnel. This one here is a fairly well-built building with a covered patio that wraps the whole front of the building and connects to another adjoining building. And above the door, you see the words Drifter's Haven Inn. As you approach the door, you see someone leaning kind of against the door post, or the door jamb kind of on the outside.
And just quick clarification. Drifters, we're going to Drifter's Haven or the last watering hole?
Last watering hole. I'm sorry.
I just want to make sure.
okay.
I
No,
didn't-
this is
last
it, so
watering
we're
hole.
still here
I'm
at the
sorry.
corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
cool.
cool.
Drifter's Haven, last watering hole. I apologize.
No worries, thank you.
So sitting against the door, leaning kind of against the door jamb to the last watering hole is.
You see a fairly tall gentleman, kind of leaning against, hat down, holding a mug, just kind of swirling around. And as you look up, you see a rusty orange skin, almost like as though like a sunset on a clay pot, and overbite, like an underbite coming up. And if anybody's familiar, well, especially if you're familiar with the Wasteland, you see someone who you recognize as a Wasteland orc. They're wearing a dark, almost blackish duster, like dark brown pants, a nice buttoned-up shirt that's clearly been dusted up from the travel. And you just see him go, well, it's been a while since I've seen you travelers in town. Howdy.
all right, mate.
Hello?
Howdy.
Hello, I am Nexus.
I'm with
My name's Shiv.
Hello, Shiv. I am Nexus.
Hello, my name is Shivdas.
Do you stand on stoops often?
No, just fortunately they've I've had to do a little bit of remodeling. If you want to go sit down anywhere, I wouldn't
Do
recommend.
they have bars in there?
There was a bar, and then, well, there was a little bit of a scuffle, and then one of them got puked on, the other one got broken over the head of someone else.
So it's your typical tavern.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah, sawdust and eyeballs.
Yes. If anybody asks, just send in a good word about me. Otherwise, they're still a bit angry, or just say you don't know me. Otherwise, you won't get service right now.
Well, the truth of the matter, and I'm not trying to sound like someone who's being antagonistic, but we really don't know you. So I am going to just walk inside.
This is Shiv.
His name is Shiv.
I heard that. Thank you.
I am Nexus. This is Archie. This is Shiv.
With
Now we
name-
all know each
The
other.
name game.
Okay.
That's Monica.
And if you see a girl crying in the corner, a young lass, definitely don't mention my name around out here. I don't think would you like?
Why would a young girl be crying?
Why
if
is
I
it-
mention-
Well,
Yeah.
broken hearts are like that.
You broke her heart? I can fix that.
I mean,
Leave
I
the
think I'm sure
doctor
if-
into me.
Right.
I'm walking into this tavern, and if we meet someone new, I'm not stopping.
Would you like to hold my hand?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I'll walk inside.
Okay, I grab Archie's hand because he wants to hold it.
It's squishy.
As you push through the door outside, and there, of course, the swinging doors that swing back and forth, the first thing that you see very, very clearly in front of you is an L-shaped bar with a brass foot rail spanning its entire length directly in front of you. Various bar stools with soft pillow seats sit around the bar at various positions. It's a fairly busy bar at this point, and there are a number of patrons, almost too many to take in. From the middle of the room and to the right are circular and square tables. Multiple sitting booths align the north wall of the theme, and you can tell that the saloon itself is themed in sort of like an aquatic nature sort of theme. There's a large mural above the bar depicting two mermaids playing in an underwater ocean scene. And you currently see that there are two females behind the bar, and they're serving drinks currently. And it's a fairly festive bar.
would I happen to know the two barkeeps' names?
At this point, how long have you been in town, would you say?
I'd say about 3-4 days.
Yeah, so you absolutely. The first one is Meredith Noreen, who is what you have been told is a water genasi. And the other one is Sable Heathburn, who is a human, and they are a couple that you know of. And they kind of run, and they're proprietors of this place.
And as they walk in, you just hear Shiv from the back going, Meredith, how much longer do I have to stay out here? Can I please come in?
And it's so loud in here that your voice kind of gets lost amongst
Meredith! Meredith! Please!
and you see her kind of look over, and she's like,
Finally.
As Sully finally gets to this bar,
yes.
he says, "Excuse me, ladies. I would love. Am I butting in line in any way? I don't want to just come up to you and start."
Yeah, and you kind of work your way through, and it's pretty busy, and then there's lots of people in here right now, and they're all drinking and having a good time. And you imagine that this is kind of where the whole town, everybody who runs the town, and you can look around and you can tell that there are a lot of locals that are kind of here after hours, and some travelers, and some people who.
The last stop before the Dreadlands.
Yeah,
so
that's
we'll
right.
see.
Yeah.
Right, and you get that sense in the air. The sense in the air is absolutely one of opportunity, excitement, adventure, potential death. This may be my last drink. All of those kind of
Wheeler goes, "Do you smell that?
yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
I mean, they've got no idea what's out there.
I smell everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, we can make her stand outside.
No, I like how
Yeah.
Monica smells.
It's my cousin's. Hey, we'll get to it. It's okay.
As I was saying, I would love your strongest right now. Well, second strongest. I have to babysit apparently. So
There's a baby?
sometimes. But second strongest drink you have.
And the water genasi is the one that you're currently speaking
Meredith.
to. Meredith.
I don't know her name,
Yeah,
but yeah.
yeah, Meredith. Yeah, she says the strongest.
The second strongest.
You want the second
I
strongest.
would like to not be blacked out until
Yeah,
the next
we have
time.
a rye mash, and then we have a corn mash.
Rye sounds great.
All right, I'll
Make
get
that a 4-finger.
4.
4.
Oh, it's been a rough day.
You see, he gets a bunch of rabbits and people around him.
Yeah.
That's an under-exaggeration.
Fair enough. Yes, I'll get that right away. And she kind of turns around and
I'd also like 4 fingers.
She's already
please. Preferably deep fried.
Oh.
dear.
No? Okay.
Yeah, at this point, you all watch as you're all kind of facing the bar. You're all kind of milling about, kind of taking in the information and the atmosphere of the place. And you all of a sudden hear a voice. And it's a familiar voice. As you turn around, you see a pale kobold who has a white kind of fluffy shirt, who's kind of open halfway down, wearing tight leather black pants. and kind of comes up, and this kobold apparently, and kobolds don't necessarily typically have hair, but you can tell that it's some sort of like black wig, and it's kind of pulled back in a ponytail. Yeah, and the kobold kind of climbs up onto the stage, and everybody kind of claps, and you hear chants of Michael, we love you, and sorry, Jack, we love you. His name's Jack. For those of you who are at Dragon Con. And this kobold kind of gets on stage, and everybody kind of, there's a hush comes over the crowd, and there's like little talking, and people like shh, 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 as the kobold, louder than you would imagine in this place, his voice kind of fills the area, and he says, he starts to sing, I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. Anyways, he continues on. He starts to kind of fill the saloon with the sound of
Is he out of town?
beautiful music.
Sully just turns his head from the bar, notices the kobold, loudly sighs, yells back to Meredith, make that 5 fingers. Thank you.
And you see Christian kind of gives you a thumbs up from behind and continues on.
Nexus will settle up next to Sully and say, hello, I am Nexus.
Hello.
I would exercise caution. Much corn mash has at least 80 to 90% alcohol, and many humans cannot stomach it.
Oh, don't worry. I'll stomach it just fine.
All right. Please be careful. I am concerned.
Well, luckily you only know me for about 10 minutes now, and
Feels longer.
You learn. Don't you have a tripwire to go fix?
Look, I did that once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, well.
Did you? Anyway, I'll be fine.
I am sorry. I did not learn your name.
You didn't. My bad.
It's Sully.
It's Sully.
Sully, I am Nexus. And you?
You can call me Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, a pleasure to meet you. I am Nexus.
I got that.
Sniff some mushroom.
It's a hat.
Don't eat him, though. We need him.
And you seem to just be with us somehow.
I was just happened to walk in,
Yeah,
and I'm just like sitting at the bar.
Listen, we're collecting folk like animals in the
Waste
in
and
the
strays.
What?
I like critters.
Me too.
Oh my god.
There was one no one.
Somebody really needs to auto-tune that bar.
I turned to who's the other bartender that's not Meredith?
Yeah, it was her partner.
Sable.
Yeah.
Sable.
Yeah.
He just, Sable, can I please have an entire bottle? Just a bottle. Whatever you got.
Oh, right.
Strongest thing.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
That would be, yes, that would be the rye mash as it comes back. So a bottle of rye mash
is a lot of money.
is a lot of money.
Oh! Okay.
You thought it wouldn't be?
Yeah.
Do you have a tab?
Because
Well,
4
yeah.
fingers of corn mash.
And I'm going to 5
it's-
now.
It's like 5 fingers. So it's 1 silver per finger.
Great. So that's 5 silver. for me.
It's steep, so it's 5 silver for you.
Noted.
I would say a whole. How many fingers, bartender, would a bottle of rye mash be?
I would say 18 to 22.
18 to 22. So that's a gold and a half, I'd say.
All right. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going.
All right, and she comes over. She just places it on the bar. She turns around some glasses. And she
Oh,
turns
thank
around.
God.
Please exercise caution.
Oh God.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
Please exercise caution.
I don't need to exercise. I'm good.
Wheeler comes up to the bar, which is like here, so you just see my eyes.
Yeah.
And I look up at this beautiful water genasi.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never seen a water genasi
Sure.
before. I smile, gold tooth showing, and I say, "Excuse me,
Yes. May I help you?
have you been here a long time?"
I'm sorry. We're very busy.
This is important. I'll
Like
order
today,
five,
yes.
I'll
It's
order
been
5
a long.
fingers.
It's been a long day. Yes. It's been yes. I've been here many hours today.
Okay, no, I don't mean. Have you been in this town a long time?
Well,
How old are you?
that's a very personal question. I'm.
Oh, in Goblin Society, we just tell each other our age. It helps us better understand
What
really
would you
where
like to
we're
drink?
at in life.
Can I get you a drink? If
Oh,
not, I
no.
really need to attend to other.
No, this is important.
So is my job.
Okay, who's the oldest person in town?
The oldest person in town.
I put a gold piece. I'll pay you for the information.
And she kind of looks at the gold piece. She says, "You want the oldest person in town?"
I'll even give you my gold tooth if you'll just tell me.
Well, it's a great question. There are a number of elderly folk. There's one down by the river named Quaggles.
That's the one! That's him.
And we call him Quaggles because that's the sound he makes when he's had too much corn mash to drink.
Oh, I have to meet this fellow.
And he lives down there in 10 towns.
Do you,
In 10 towns, sorry.
do you know a Tweedler?
No, sorry. Do you want something to drink? And
What
she
is-
kind of like slides the gold piece across and into her
I
apron.
can drink. I can. Yeah, sure. Give it to me. I'd like to order a beer.
Oh, right. Okay.
Perhaps if I could
Bear.
just.
I'd like to order a bear.
Oh dear.
got this.
You decide what you want, and I'll just be back.
How about a sip?
She walks away.
How about a sip? And I take the bottle that I just received.
Okay, I sip the bottle. Is it good?
You sip the bottle.
I
How
sip
much of a
from
sip
this
do you
bottle.
take?
I don't.
Like a gulp?
I take a goblin-sized swig.
Yeah, it burns. Is Wedler a drinker?
Well, technically, I'm a wasteland or a dust goblin, which means my constitution is extraordinarily high, just naturally.
Give me a saving throw. We'll find out.
Maybe not today, but we're going to find
I'm
out.
assuming I have my drink
Yes.
by now. Okay,
Yes,
great.
yeah.
Wanted
Okay.
to make
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. She had brought over your drink when.
Okay,
Okay,
I rolled
great.
a 6.
Yeah,
Total.
not so much. So you drink it and it hits you right in the back of the throat. And you start to kind of cough a little bit. You got to kind of steady yourself on the bar. And the room starts to spin just a touch. It's a head
As
rush.
soon as I see that, I will go over and I'm like, perhaps something a bit more virgin.
All right.
I'd like another. Does it make all the buildings move?
Hey, Wedler, do me a favor, little buddy. You see that seat right there? Like, sit and just think about this Tweedler for a moment. Just contemplate.
Oh, I have for years.
Now, the better do it in a vow of silence.
As soon as you pull out, so I'm assuming that's a map,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So as soon as I look at that's a very curious map. Do you need a guide?
Maybe. I crawl in the seat, because I was just trying to do so, and I put my feet in it with me. Can you keep a secret?
I mean, depends on the secret.
This is a map.
That is a map, yes.
A very important piece of treasure, an artifact. I said too loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like 3 people around you kind of turn and look
As soon
over
as-
there. Yeah.
As soon as they
Can
turn, I
everybody
look
give
at.
me a perception check,
Oh.
please?
Here we go.
What do we got?
That was a nat 1.
13.
Okay.
18.
Why can I? There we go.
16.
That was a nat 1 with. So that was a 2.
Okay. So that's a nat 1. That's hilarious.
A 7.
Yeah.
Aw.
Okay, great. Have you taken a swig of your?
Yeah.
Yeah, you forget that whole conversation you just had. Like you asked if that's a map, you took a swig. You're like, whoa, how did I even get into the saloon? Like it hits you kind of hard in that moment, and you're just like it throws you right out of the moment. It kind of yeah. So what did everybody else roll?
18.
18, 13, 16? 7. With an 18, you kind of look up when she says artifact,
Yeah.
or he says artifact, and you look across the room, and in the corner, you see a humanoid kind of individual sitting right in the corner. Imagine a familiar sort of thing, pipe in the hand, corncob pipe specifically, a flat-brimmed hat, really, really low, around this kind of like furry, fuzzy face with a canine sort of snout. And as artifact happens, this glow kind of illuminates this jackal-like face as it then goes back down. And this individual is kind of sitting back against in one of the booths with a couple glasses that are empty in front of with their boot sort of on top of it. And they kind of look over and and they're receiving a phone call.
It's a very busy
What
bar.
kind of monster is that?
I've never seen Teddy
I'm
run
sorry,
so fast.
we haven't got any more reservations. We're full.
Are you calling about the artifact?
That's great. Good. Is that pizza?
Oh.
So, I've clocked that.
Yes.
I would like to try and pretend like I've not observed that.
Performance check.
Nice.
Deception check. Well, I'll let you choose.
I'll choose the one I'm good at. Thanks. Well, that's a nat 20.
In a single round.
For a total of 26.
Yeah, I would say even with a nat 20, you notice very, very closely, without them noticing you, that they have taken a keen interest in your group. Very keen. And is honed in on you all. And it's the look of sizing you all up. Looking at your weapons.
They're
looking
predators.
What's that?
They're predators.
I wouldn't say that. With a 26, I would say there's a bit of a sense of being impressed with your group and the look of your group. Maybe not for all of you, but
I don't know what you're talking about. I have the map.
but definitely taking a keen interest in Sully and some of kind of the larger, more sort of like hardy folk.
So, you at least have the presence of mind to realise that you were speaking a little bit loud. And it's
No,
just-
absolutely not. Afterwards, I put a cigar in my mouth that I've been chewing on far too long, and I keep talking. It's just, I believe
Wait,
that
look, wait, look. Put that away. Not in the bar.
But don't you want to see the...
Not in the bar.
You're not being, what's the word?
Silent.
No, not even that. You're not being, I can't think of words. for it.
Subtle?
Cautious?
We're not trying to make you feel bad.
No, just
Oh,
time
I
and-
don't feel bad.
I know you don't. Time and a place. This is neither the time.
Who else
nor the
rolled
place.
over 15? Okay. You notice a
Reprimanded.
What's that?
Sorry.
Yeah. You notice a man enter through one of the doors along the side, which looks a bit like an exterior door, and it kind of like flaps closed. And he starts kind of like walking around the room, and people are kind of parting, but he's dressed in very kind of exquisite, high-end but revealing clothing. And almost like a shimmering, semi-translucent kind of silk shirt, and he's kind of like has his chin up, and he's kind of like surveying everyone and looking at certain people and like waving and smiling and winking as he kind of makes his way through. Behind him, another female comes through wearing similar clothing, slightly revealing, and kind of like really sort of like sleeking through the group in the crowd.
Okay.
And as the door kind of swings closed, you see two rows, sort of paintings on each of the doors.
Oh, okay. Nexus is gonna look at Mr. Smith and say, "Excuse me, I believe someone of higher status, as yourself, has walked in. They are dressed nicely, and you are dressed nicely. Therefore, logically, you belong together." And she just
As you look in that direction, does not take an insight check to reveal that these are possibly the individuals you were asking about earlier in the evening.
Oh yeah, it looks like they come from the knocking shop next door.
What is that?
Maybe when you're older. I'll be back in a second, and I will walk towards the courtesans or however they're presenting themselves.
And you have to kind of like work your way
Yeah.
through the crowd, so you start to kind of work your way through the crowd.
As he walks away, he's like smiling to everyone. And he just looks over, and the facial tone shifts ever so slightly to not really curiosity, but like intent and making sure that everything's okay before that smile returns and he goes back to the group.
Okay.
I go, excuse me, Sully, since we're being super secretive, when is a good time to talk about the map? Because that's why I'm here.
I understand that, but let's, first of all, and he looks at the three individuals we just met 5 minutes ago, let's get a little more acclimated. Oh, I'm sorry. let's get a little more familiarized.
Oh, okay.
Let's know them better.
Okay,
I
yeah.
am Nexus.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I sucked the dust out of her.
You
I
did
know
what?
it very well.
Oh my god.
We are now bound.
2 of those fingers are gone.
in one step.
Yes.
Constitution saving
2 of
throw
those
for
fingers
you.
gone.
Yeah.
I
Out of
do
5.
have advantage against poison and disease. Would this
Oh,
work?
okay.
For this?
Yeah,
Being
sure
a drink?
does. Sure does.
I like
Drink
Yeah.
is poison.
It's
Sure.
poison.
Toxic.
Well, this is a long shot. Well, Sully rolls this. Can Nexus sidle up next to Wheeler and say, "Excuse me, may I take a look at your piece of information?"
Oh my goodness, I would love to show it to you.
21.
Okay. All right, go ahead. No, go. You guys go ahead
I
first.
would love to show it to you. I mean, okay, is hand drawn?
Thank you. That will
I-
be all. And as Wheeler just barely flashed the map in front of Nexus's eyes, I'm going to cast Scribe, which is a cantrip.
Ooh.
And the map will be, it is like there's a small sort of notebook in Nexus's pocket, and a perfect copy of the map will appear in that notebook. And just in her pocket, she doesn't take it out or anything, it just kind of like appears. And Nexus will say, "Thank you, I am a collector of information."
I'm a collector of small gold rocks that come out of the ground.
It's good. It's so good.
DM is
Interesting.
sorry, didn't mean to step on you there. Is you say it's pretty crowded in here?
Yeah, very.
So-
And you tower above most, and you are a tall individual.
Yeah.
You, Archie, are towering over, and people are taking. I mean, people have kind of seen you in these parts, and you haven't gotten the best, most welcome, warm reception, which is kind of why you decided to kind of be out. So you're feeling a little bit, out of place and a little bit kind of uneasy with the whole situation.
At that point, you see Shiv come up and say, "It's been a while since I've seen a bear folk around here. Are you just new in town, or?"
No, I just don't come in town too much. And you see him kind of looking a little bit pensive and nervous. I don't really like being in big crowds. He's kind of holding his paws together and trying not to step on people.
Come
And
on,
occasionally
dude.
he is stepping on people. Yeah, I'm very sorry. I'm with
No.
them.
Oh, come sit right here. Don't
gonna
worry. Actually, don't sit on that one. I puked on that one earlier.
I don't care about that
Sit
one
here.
a little bit. All right. I'd probably just sit on the floor. I think I'm probably
Oh.
tall enough to just see on top of the bar if I sit on the floor.
What?
But they're looking at me, Shiv.
Well, you're quite the looker, aren't you?
Maybe.
All right, back to you. You cross the room, and you. Who do you want to approach first?
Can I determine which of the two perhaps has more standing? Is one deferring to the other?
Oh, insight check.
Go at it, Rowe.
Nice.
Come on now.
Those questions.
From
Yeah, now look.
One.
Give us and take us away.
I love it. I love natural ones. You think, for sure, beyond the shadow of a doubt,
Yeah.
that you get a vibe that the gentleman owns the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like you're convinced they are the proprietor,
Yes.
owner of whatever next door is.
Yes.
Yes.
So I will walk up to him.
Yeah.
I'll touch the brim of my hat, but noticeably not tip it.
Yeah.
So just a evening, sir. And I just flick my hand,
Yes.
and a small card appears in my hand.
Yes.
I am Mr. Cornelius.
Performance check.
Oh, you monster.
okay.
Okay, that would be an 18.
And when that happens, he kind of smiles.
I am,
Very
and I
impressed.
hand the slightly battered-looking business
Yes.
card over.
Yes. All right. And he says, "Why, my? Let me see." And he kind of takes it and he kind of looks at it and he says, "Oh, that was very impressive. Welcome. Are you new here?" And he
yeah.
kind of like tugs on your
Yeah.
little.
Pointing the card. I am
yes.
Mr. Cornelius Smith. I am
Yeah, I see
a
that.
travelling medical practitioner. I'm going to be in town a few days, and I normally, when I hit a place like this, approach establishments like yours, and you might need some sort of medical assistance.
We
I don't
run
know
a
if you got a
pretty
doctor in town or-
we run a pretty clean ship here.
Yeah.
I don't think medical assistance is required immediately. I mean,
No, I mean like
I
minor.
can't
minor
imagine.
bits and bobs.
Sorry. Yeah, bits and
Bits and bobs. Yeah.
We have some of those upstairs in one of the rooms in particular. If you're interested, what exactly are you looking for? And I'm sure Fanny can set you up.
Sorry, who can set me up?
Fanny.
Does that mean something different where you're from as opposed to where I'm from?
I mean, from here, she's the owner of the Paradise Rose. But I mean, if Fanny means something from where you're from,
Yeah, it means front bottom.
you're from Bottom.
No, a fanny is a front bottom. You know, like a lady guy.
I'd like to visit Bottom at some point in the future.
So you're not in charge. I just assumed like the air about you. I have more euphemisms. I will break them out.
Save them. We have a few more episodes.
I'm sorry. You thought I own the Paradise Rose next door.
Yeah, I mean just the way you walked, all that grandeur.
Oh, well, thank you. I pride myself in my walk. I practice. So perhaps if you'd like to come next door, we can perhaps find someone for you.
Oh no, I'm not looking for any company tonight. You're cute. Well,
that's unfortunate.
I've been travelling and I stink. I reckon. Oh, is there a bathhouse in town?
That is also. It is a parlor and bathhouse.
Then let me just tell the. And he looks over towards this bunch of reprobates.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? Never mind.
You do notice that Sully keeps looking over because
Sure.
as time is
Sure.
going on.
Insight check.
Great. That is a 16, I believe.
Yeah.
Nearly a
So
16.
you get the whole situation, and you kind of gather from their body language what's being said, although you don't hear it.
I look over to you, wave, and mouth. They're your problem.
All right. He says, well, gives you his hand, and he kind of leads you out in that direction. Okay. All right. All right.
Okay.
Back to this group.
So, okay. Hear me out. I know they're like, we just picked them up off the road, but I am an established dust goblin.
Really?
And we have fantastic gut instincts.
I'm sure you do.
My gut tells me two things. Whatever I put in my body earlier is not going to be good in about 30 minutes from now.
Probably
Two.
not.
Look at we can trust
I'm
them.
not saying that we can't. Just what I'm saying is not every single last person you find, you should start talking about your map.
Did someone say map?
You want to see it?
You don't have a map.
I have one right
Oh, I love maps.
here. Me too. This one in particular. It's actually the only map I've ever owned and or seen, but I love it.
Well, I'm somewhat of a guide. I can probably take you to your little treasure or wherever it goes.
You can read this? Oh, wait,
What?
it's upside down. This way.
With a little bit more studying.
I have studied it for most of my life. I took it off my dad's dead body. It's signed by somebody called Tweedler.
Would any of us happen to know who that is at all?
History check.
It's just like a paper,
History.
very confidently.
That's a straight 3.
It's a straight 3. Never heard of it.
No.
Got a 12.
12 still. No
Made
recollection.
out of paper.
I don't think.
Sure.
History?
Yeah.
16.
Okay. With a 16, you actually think that maybe you heard of the pair. They're like a legendary kind of treasure hunting pair called Tweedler and Wheedler.
Note that.
And for the first time, you're like,
Yeah, I think literally he.
clicks a little bit.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Tweedler.
Tweedler.
Wheedler! That's my name. It was my dad's name. It was my grandfather's name. I am the third in line of Wheedlers.
And
How
Tweedler.
original.
And Tweedler is who I guess made this map.
Okay. This is interesting, and I know you do care for it. However,
Don't take it.
I promise I won't take anything
Okay.
from you without your consent. However, the smile immediately turns into like a stern look looking at Shiv. What is
Takes
your
another swing.
intent with this map?
I'm simply a guide. And I take a little bit of the compensation, a little bit of the percentage of whatever might be found.
My apologies. And I reach into my pocket and I put on my sheriff badge. Let me ask that again. What is your intention with this map?
Hello, Sheriff. I'm simply a guide. Well, guide, bodyguard, mercenary, pretty much anything, disposal unit, whatever you really need, honestly speaking.
Immediately,
As long
there's
as
a bit
it's
of a
money.
hum that starts to kind of arise as soon as you put that sheriff badge on.
Don't put that away, unless you want some trouble.
So shiny.
Well, when you are what you are, you don't have to worry about trouble. Unless trouble wants to try it with someone like me.
Well, I do love a confident person, for sure.
I mean, confidence is just a job. I'm just making sure that no one's gonna, get over on my little guy.
Oh, no. Like I said, I simply am a guide. I will help in whatever way. I quite know around the area how things are, so if anything else that I could do to assist for a fee, always here to help.
I hate doing interpersonal checks, but inside check?
Yeah.
Sure.
I simply say, please, I can give you those.
Please do not. It's a real issue.
Dang it. That's bad.
Oh,
That's a 3 on my... No,
Do I
so
need to
make
do
that
a
a
counter
6.
check?
Sorry, so that was a what?
It's a 6 in total.
Okay. With a 6 insight, you can give me, don't tell us what it is, but either a deception or a persuasion check. And then,
based on his confidence nature and how he stands, he does seem like someone who's very capable. What you figure?
If you want to be hired. Fine.
Higher.
I don't have any cards on me to really tell you about me, but my rates are fair. You probably won't find cheaper around these parts.
I don't even like cards.
What are your rates?
How about, well, it depends really on the extension of this endeavor. Is it going to be days, weeks, months? How long are
I
we
don't know. I
traveling?
spent my whole lifetime trying to just get here.
Oh. Well, for quite a significant venture as this is, I don't wish to take too much from it. Perhaps 3%? 3-4%? We can work out the details.
3%.
I don't even know math, so that sounds fine.
Just say yes.
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, I'll be partners. I don't have any pen on me. I'm just, oh. Ma'am, can I please have something to write on?
okay, so, yeah. And after a while, she brings you back a quill.
Yeah, it's a very simple contract, 2%. And you kind of see him cross out 3%. And then kind of just slides it to you.
As it slid to Wheedler, you notice my hands are still here, and there is a mage hand that takes that,
Nice.
and he'll sign it.
What does that mage hand look like?
It looks like a gloved, fingerless gloved hand. Though if you look close enough, while it's like a bluish kind of white, there also seems to be like these tendrils of like wispiness, like gray. You catch snippets of like little flecks of orange and maybe red, kind of perhaps like something burning, but it just seems like maybe smoke-esque.
My sheriff, you're quite the talent, aren't you? I see how you earned your badge.
I didn't earn the badge with little parlor tricks.
Well, it helps. Shall we say we're partners now? Partner?
Yeah, partner. I put a very wet hand in your hand.
That's nice.
Lovely.
All right. You you kind of enter the hallway, and as soon as you enter the hallway, this hallway specifically is kind of wreathed in like flowers. and starts to that fragrance starts to kind of fill your nostrils as you walk, and there's candles kind of in sconces along the way, and it's about a 20 kind of foot tunnel until you get to the next building. As soon as you cross the threshold, you feel a breeze from above and look up to see a gear and belt contraption with many wooden feathered fan blades kind of circling around, creating this gentle kind of downward cool breeze. And it's really nice. You've been in the desert all day and walking through, and it's incredibly soothing, especially in that like really musty, cramped saloon that you were just in. The room is decorated in dark mahogany paneling with plush couches and lounge chairs. Decorative end tables with glass lanterns and potted palm trees are spread throughout the room. A buffet table is set up with petite foods and little sandwiches. Various men and women, all clad in revealing but classy garments, are parading around the room, sitting with guests and having conversations. A staircase goes up behind the buffet table to the short second floor landing, where there are a total of 16 closed doors, it appears. Double swinging doors on the north wall go back towards the saloon, and then there's double doors leading to another area, and on those doors you see a bed. So you imagine that probably goes to the inn.
And look around and sort of take the space in.
Yeah.
And be like, oh no, this is much nicer than the kind of bordellos that I normally come to. I can understand why you don't need this.
Oh, this is
someone in my services.
Yeah, well, this is a parlor in bathhouse.
Oh, this is lovely.
Yes.
I especially like them.
Yes. Yes. Well, yes. So, what would you desire?
I just want a drink and a bath and
a
bath.
A bath. All right.
Yeah, that's what I said. A bath.
Okay. All right.
And
I thought maybe you were sick. I wasn't sure. Okay. Sorry. So you like a bath? Warm, hot, cold?
Oh, hot.
Hot. Okay, that'll be actually cheaper than a cold bath. It's hard to come by cold water, of course, out in these parts. Yeah, of course. What's happening on that side of the table?
No, bath.
A bath.
Bath.
A bath.
Yes, got it.
And you
So
do-
cold bath. And we do it in 2 hour increments. You have the room, and it is it is 1 silver for a hot bath.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like a towel?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Do you do
warm towel?
I mean, like a normal towel?
Warm. We
No,
warm
no,
it for
normal.
you. Just a normal towel. All right. That'll be another copper. So that is 1 silver and a copper. What else? Would you like some bath salts?
What do you do to a towel to make it not normal?
We warm it.
All right.
It's soothing. You lie down
Okay,
on the.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's been a very long journey.
Yes.
Okay. I'm dusty and I want to be not dusty.
Would you
help.
like? Yes, of course. Well, I can help you.
Oh, and do you do laundry?
Yes,
Because-
we do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is another 5
just-
silver.
Yeah, just the shirt.
All right. So 5 silver for laundry. Would you like some cologne or perfume? You've been.
I've got in my bag, and he holds up the doctor's bag.
All right. What else do you have in there? All right. Now, is there anything else you would like? Would you like some company?
Not at the moment. Thank you.
No. Oh, well, that's too bad. All right. Would you like some soap? I'm assuming.
Do you do baths differently? Then?
Well, some folks who just want to soak. They've had a bath earlier in the day and they've
Oh,
bathed.
sorry, no.
It's I have to ask because it's an extra
I
charge
see.
for these things.
No, I
and
like
so I'm
it.
just trying to understand how much.
I'd like a bath
price
where
is no
I can-
object.
what
Is that what I'm to understand?
It's just a bath. I just want a bath I can clean it.
All right, fair enough.
Struggle.
Let me set something up for you, and
Thank
it
you.
will be.
Oh my God.
Let me just put it together. It is hot bath for so 1 silver, bar of soap, 3 copper, a towel, another copper, 1 silver, 4 copper. That was a regular towel, not a warm towel. And clove killing 5 silver. So that's 6 silver, 4 copper.
Okay. I'm a little confused at what point baths became microtransactions. But, all right.
It's a little different up here in the Redlands.
It's your actual worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you have to understand, we have a business to run.
I am absolutely not questioning your business model. It is clearly working. This is lovely.
Thank you. Yes, it clearly is.
But
And
this
it is
conversation
quite
about
nicely.
having a bath has been going on far longer than
I just wanted to talk to you a bit longer.
Can I at least wait until I'm clean, please?
I
I've got
prefer
custom
it.
places.
I prefer it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We wouldn't have to need your services. So he says, just this way, please.
Thank you.
And he kind of leads you up to a room, opens the door, and the tub is currently empty, no water in the tub. And he says, please, have a seat. And there's a little parlor chair, and there's kind of a little bit of a stool for changing, and some hooks on the wall. And he says, I will bring everything that you need.
Okay. I'll just say this now. Once I've got everything, I don't want to be disturbed at all until I'm done and I come out. I don't want anyone knocking, coming in, asking anything. If there's a problem, I will say. But otherwise, I want complete privacy.
He says there's a bell here on the table. When you're done, you can ring the bell, and then I will come or somebody will come and take care of it.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
And he's stressing that a little bit more than...
Yeah. No, he gets it.
Okay.
He's like, no worries here. No judgment. All right. What you do in the room is your business. As he begins to close the door, across the hall, you see that there's another door open that opens slightly, and two ladies kind of walk out. And inside, there is a gentleman, and it's a big kind of pillow bed with like comforters and flowers, and it's this quite extravagant room. And there is a gentleman sitting on the bed, and he is dressed in kind of finery, like almost like a white two-piece suit, like a wide-brimmed white hat with like a cravat, kind of all bunched up blue. And there are at least 4 more women in the room with him. And they're rubbing his shoulders and his hands, and he's getting the full treatment. Fully clothed, he kind of looks at you, and he sees you through, and he kind of tips his brim as the door closes across the way.
As I finally shut the door, I will take the chair and I will just quietly wedge it under the handle.
Okay, we'll go back to the script now. All right, back to y'all.
Nexus has her head like sideways on the bar and is looking at Shiv's bottle. And from this position like this, she kind of looks up at Shiv's and she says, with great respect, I have concerns about your efficacy as a guide due to the large amount of corn hash that you have consumed. She looks back up at you.
Yes, how much have you had?
Probably at this point a quarter of the bottle.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Really?
How much have you had?
I probably had another finger by now, so I'm 3 fingers down, 2 fingers left.
Okay, we'll wait on your
Constitution saving throw?
Yes, disadvantage for a quarter of the bottle.
Okay.
Because that's at least 5 fingers.
You're drinking a lot.
That's a lot.
Nice. That was 19.
Okay,
With
well, 19, this is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do this every day. Air day.
No, but really, kind of, probably at least 2 more bottles would be fine. That would just
Put
red
2 more
magic.
bottles of fire water in your body.
I mean, at least. Well, not quite. That just. Well, I didn't know I was going to get a job, so maybe 1 should suffice.
I'm just going to pretend that someone didn't just tell someone of the law that they're going to get publicly intoxicated. Is that a word?
I'm an establishment officer. I feel like I'm.
Well, when you leave said establishment, I just hope that you can hold it.
Oh, don't worry. I've done this plenty of times. Not a problem. But if it's a problem, I can right here.
No, not a problem. Just I'm sure, as I don't know you, that you can hold your own. But if you're going to be helping my little friend here to make sure you're at your very best.
Absolutely. I mean, for your comfort. And I set it aside. There. Happy, everybody?
If it means anything, I really did it. I don't care.
Oh, well then, the person who hired me doesn't care, and then I take another swig.
Technically, I did the paperwork, but
I mean, I don't care. I do care though. get really close, and I pull it out one more time.
And as you come in, I kind of take the bottle and I put it in front of Archie. He's like, "What are you, big man?"
I sit on the floor with Archie. That seems... I don't like chairs and soft things.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, I join you. Yeah, tiny crisscross, big crisscross. Okay. I put the map on the ground in front of us so everybody can see it.
The minute she does that, he does it. My apologies.
That's all right.
What is the lighting situation in here?
It's pretty dim, like typical kind of saloon. And you look over, and the kobold now has 4 dancers on either side, and he's doing this really odd, really deep angle lean in one area, and he's singing about Annie and is she okay or something to that
I
effect,
really
and
hope
then you
Annie's
kind of lean to the other
okay.
side.
I'm starting to get concerned.
Oh, he's always looking for that one.
We should add that to our list of things to
No.
do to help Annie.
Top priority, Annie.
Is there is there any light at our table?
Sorry.
Is there any light at our table?
So do you have it? Because you're right. You were kind of in the middle of the
We
right at the bar.
Yeah, true.
So do you want to head to a table?
Yeah. I would like to. As the police, I was like, you know what? Because I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah.
How about we traverse to a little more secluded of an area if you two wish to join us?
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, I'm going to do all the same kind of things y'all do.
All right then. Good, come on.
I like him.
When we get to the table, I sit on it, and I put it down. I bribed the water genasi to tell me that there's an old guy that lives down by the river. He's the oldest guy in town. Tent town. He lives down here in Tent Town. Maybe he has some more information about Tweedler and Granddaddy Wedler.
And that is where we're going to take a break. For those of you that haven't played with me before, cliffhangers are a bit of a thing. So get used to it. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back in about 50 minutes. Cool. And we're back. All right. Last we left you, you were talking about your map. You can give them a bit of a history of where you got it and what do you do?
Okay. So, as I said before, I come from a long line of Wheatlers. Thanks to Sully, I just learned that my grandfather and his best friend, Tweedler, were treasure hunters.
Wow.
They were treasure hunters. And, my father disappeared, in this, or my father, or my grandfather.
Sorry?
My father and my grandfather disappeared in this town.
Your father
My father.
lost... No, sorry. Your grandfather lost the trail.
Grandfather.
Great.
And then your father did not take up his...
Oh, yeah,
His
their dad hated treasure hunting. Right past me.
Sometimes
Right?
skips a
Yeah.
generation.
Granddaddy Wedler. We called him Papa Wedler. Papa Wedler. Trail went cold. Right here in the town of Hell's Bay.
So you think that you're going to find some information here based on...
This
Got
was
it.
a sound brought back to our family. And I saved it, and I kept it. And I spent most of my life trying to figure out exactly what it is. But
Very
really,
well drawn.
it really is. He was a masterful cartographer. I guess what I'm trying to say is...
Are those mountains or just birds in the sky?
Okay,
Consummate thieves.
I'm here now with all of you. With the belief that somewhere on this map is also Hell's Bank. So if we can figure out where and what, then we can find the treasure.
Could I, based off, since I've been in the area, would I be able to use the locations or the features on the map and compare to my knowledge of the landscape?
I would get you to make me a nature check.
Nature, or would it be survive? Could I use survival instead?
You're not necessarily.
Okay.
You're trying to understand if anything in the map pertains to landmarks, which I would say was more nature than
Got it.
survival would be more like tracking or trying to find an area.
Got it.
As you do the. Okay, go ahead.
As DM, I've been living on the outskirts of this town for a hot minute, and I suppose I could contribute.
Yeah, you can help him.
Oh,
All right.
Try absolutely. You can add your
it's not gonna help.
What'd you roll?
nature.
Nature?
I
You
nature.
can add a +3 to that.
6? No.
Okay, so what I think.
I mean, it looks like pretty much every area of the Dreadlands.
Oh, okay. This is a pit of snakes, very clearly. This is a secret door. And this is probably a breadcrumb trail. These, I think, are portals, right? And this, I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure Poppy went to jail.
May I have your permission to examine your document?
Oh, yeah.
So, this seems real early for this, but it's
No
fine.
way. No way. Okay.
Nexus is going to pick up the map, and like a couple of gears will sort of like flip down over her eyes. And I would like to cast Speak with Inanimate Object.
Oh, Kobold Press.
I think we're done here.
What does Papa Wheatler's map sound like, Jason?
Broke it.
Did I break
Okay.
it?
Well, we'll see.
It's early.
For the sake of those folks at home and me who have never heard of the spell before, could you please read what
Yes.
what happened?
You awaken a spirit that resides inside an inanimate object such as a rock, sign, or table, and you can ask it questions. The spirit is neutral towards you unless you've done something to harm or help it. The spirit can give you information about its environment and the things it has observed with its limited senses, and it can act as a spy for you in certain situations. It's your
Okay,
book.
so it has an essence and a history that it's lived the life.
Do you want to just look at it?
No.
Okay.
Trying to. Yeah. Okay. So
The spirit that resides within it.
within
Yeah,
it.
the spirit of the map, if you will.
Okay.
It's the map.
On
It's
the
the map.
map. On the map.
Dear, I hate it here. All right.
Look out for some.
Okay.
foxes.
What does that look like? So the gears come down, and you start to.
So the gears kind of come
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
and thing, and a couple of them sort of start to glow, and you get this sort of sense just looking at it that they're sort of like a combination.
Yeah.
So it's like, one set does one thing and one
Yeah.
set does another, and so this particular set comes down, and like a sort of soft glow comes out and down Nexus's arms and sort of like encompasses the map, not necessarily coming from the map, but just kind of
Sure.
very lightly surrounds it.
Sure.
And Nexus will say, pardon me, I am Nexus. I have never addressed a map before. I have addressed an envelope before, but a map I have not. I am so sorry to bother you, but I have a few questions, and I was wondering if I may ask your assistance.
Immediately, you get the sense of two presences
Okay.
for this.
Okay.
One that is rigid and the other fluid.
Okay.
And these are just like the energies
Yeah.
that you get off the two essences.
Yeah. You will beg, or you will pardon my impertinence. We are struggling to interpret you as a map, and I wondered if perhaps you might offer us guidance as to where you have been, or if you can give me any insight into your markings, if that is not too much to ask.
Yes. You hear one voice say, "I'm paper," and the other one say, "And I'm ink."
It's the best thing ever happened to D&D. All right. Two identities in one item. Interesting. Paper. Can you tell me where you have been? What did it feel like?
Very wet. It was wet. Wet hands. Very wet hands. Lots of dust. Carried in pockets. Did not smell good. Probably close proximity to areas that did not smell good.
And ink. When
Yes.
you were added to paper,
Yes.
did you feel anything along your journey to paper?
Paper has been miserable for many, many years. I think I've made paper better, frankly. Paper was merely wood until I was added to it.
And the person who added you to paper, do you remember anything about this individual?
Yes. A lack of ability in my use. Crude, hurried, meaningful, intentional.
And paper,
Yeah.
did you and Ink hear any discussion of what was to be endowed upon you?
Well, frankly, it was a lot of blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
I don't speak the languages of the living.
Thank you, Barkeep. Paper?
Yes.
Could you offer any insight as to what your markings may indicate?
Ink thinks I'm better. Frankly, I was happier as a frickin' tree. And here I am, still carried around, really wet, really stinky, really dusty. But I guess there's a little purpose to it.
And what is that purpose?
To carry ink.
And Ink, what is your purpose?
To show the way.
Do you know the way to what? Nexus is like,
We're not hearing this noise.
We're not hearing
No,
that.
One side of
I
it.
was like,
This is yours
Shiv, that's
watching. You're
one.
kind of like, okay, what are you all doing while this conversation's happening?
I'm looking at the. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just looking at the bottle. I'm like, just counting how much I actually drank, and if I drank more than I thought I had, and just like, put it down. I feel like I need a rest.
I'm a bit foreign to these matters, so I've got a napkin off the bar, and I'm having a conversation myself. How was your day?
Wow. I absolutely love that. I think I'm just trying to interpret if I can tell that they are trying to have a conversation with something. I, being a sheriff, know there's many different ways to get information. I just don't know if I know this way of getting information.
Yeah.
Or if I've seen it before.
Insight check and Jesse insight check.
I stand with a chewed nub of a cigar hanging partially out of my mouth, wide open, as I might be falling in love with this person that is speaking to the map I've had most of my whole life.
Okay.
14.
14.
Wow. 15.
15. With a 14, you notice that there is a drop of wine that is spilt on this little napkin that you're speaking to, but it's in the shape of a heart.
Aww.
And so you think that napkin's had a pretty good day.
Hard napkin.
Heart napkin. With a 15, you get the sense that Nexus is absolutely talking to this map. And I would say with an insight of 15, what other information would you get by your kind of mannerisms and the way that you're reacting to it? That are you having a conversation with it? What exactly is happening? You would have seen some sort of magical something happen.
And
And so
being
you know
someone
that
who
there's some sort
arcanely
of
known, just
yeah, I think what you kind of see is like Nexus doing this like absolute, like just close up to the and she's like kind of like just like whispering to it. She's like, So that's clearly, and then like just maybe like one of these, one of these is happening.
I nudge Sully and go, see, I told you my instincts were good.
And I feel like it's been, the duration of the spell is only like a minute, so I think Nexus is going to feel the sort of like magic wearing off.
Before it wears off, while it's happening, I think, again, noticing that if it's an interrogation tactic or some kind of communicative moment, and unsure if the words are going through or if there's any progress, just to help, they're going to just kind of saunter around and just like slowly place a hand on you. And as they place a hand, it's not even like a weird touch, it's just like a quick pat.
Yeah.
And as they do, you almost see their hand, for the splittest moment, this dark skin kind of goes translucent ever so slightly. And as that happens, there's an essence of like this smoke, maybe like something burning, like ash, just kind of seeps off. And as their hand goes back to normal, it kind of sprays, kind of sits upon you before it kind of dissipates. As I cast Allure on you, I touch a willing creature before the spell ends. You can roll a d6 and add the result to one charisma check of your choice.
Cool. Okay. Do you feel like...
Give me a persuasion check, please,
Right.
with that.
That is a
in
19.
Woo, plus a d6.
No, plus a d6. Okay. Can I say very briefly how much I love Shard? Just so it's so easy.
Isn't it so
Yeah.
easy to use?
Like I was like, math who? 19. That's a 21.
Sorry, I'm confused.
The note, pass
Yes.
it on.
Just pass the KP.
Oh, got it. Sorry. Got it. Okay. With a 19.
That was a 21.
21.
Total with the d6.
Wow. Nice.
Great.
Call.
Ink says, yes, well, west, I believe, is where we came from. Far west. Many days we've traveled. And then, much since then, that was many moments ago. We've been doing this a very long time.
And you have done your work admirably. And I thank you, Paper, and I thank you, Ink, for your time. And if I may, before we part, I promise you a thorough cleaning and pressing in my archives once our work is done.
Oh, yeah.
And Nexus will so like the magic will sort of like back into her like hat thing. What is this called? Goggles? And then what was I talking about? Oh right. So the magic will like dissipate, and then Nexus will just kind of like look up from like where she's like just like over the map and just say, "We should go west."
I have so many questions. But for now, I simply want to ask, did you talk to Poppy?
I did not talk to Poppy, but I talked to Paper and I talked to Ink, and they have informed me that you keep them in a very wet pocket. You should not do that. It is very bad for Paper.
Those are the only kind of pockets I have. And I snatch up the paper and I go, listen, Paper and Ink. I've had you for decades. What do I have? Don't have that. Okay. Except for shiny arms and really nice goggles. Okay. Fine, I get it.
All right, back to the Paradise Rose.
Oh, right. The back.
Into the room. You have now kind of put the chair under the door. What do you do?
I'm going to have a bath.
So there is no water yet in the bath.
I will the chair and bring it outside and then sit and wait on the chair for them to fill the bath.
Okay. How long would you like to wait?
Until they've filled it, which is presumably going to be, I don't know what. They're going to have to heat the water up. before they
Except that you told them not to bother you anymore.
And you paid for that.
can. That's, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
Ding.
Ding. Okay, you ring the bell. He goes, oh, yes, may I help you? Are you ready for your bath now?
yes.
You said you were not to be disturbed,
No,
so
no.
I didn't want to bring...
I get where the confusion is. That
Yes.
is entirely on my fault.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Disturbed once I've got everything
Yes.
and I don't have the water.
Yes.
Which is often important.
Yes, it would be, which is why I was confused why you told me not to come back.
It's
until
been a very long day.
Yes, I understand. I appreciate that. I'll be right back.
Thank you very much.
Yes. He goes down. Moments later, comes up back with 2 buckets, muscles rippling, kind of walks by you as he looks, and like dumps the buckets into the tub.
The sinew in the arms doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, fair enough. And he notices you. He notices you noticing. And he drops the water and he says, all right, well, and he takes a little tray and puts it up and kind of takes the top lid off the tray, and there's soap and towel and all the things that you had asked for. I threw a little cologne in there for you. My favorite. On the house.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Would you like anything to drink or eat?
No, there's nothing worse than having a sandwich while you're feeling filthy.
Fair enough.
I'll grab something when I'm...
But nothing like some buns. Just saying. And he kind of turns around and walks out the door.
Or shut the door.
Yeah.
And wedge. But again, being very quiet to not be dragging...
Wedge. Stealth check.
Yes. Dum dum dum. Oh, that's not terrible. 13.
Okay. All right. You think you did a pretty good job?
Yeah.
All right.
And then I will have a bath.
Okay. I'm assuming you leave the clothes somewhere. You take the chair back out. Where would you like to leave the clothes for the laundry?
That's actually very good.
Let's just say that.
Yeah,
while you go to put the chair under, you see that there's a bit of he left like a hamper, like a basket out the front, so you can just kind of bring it in, put your clothes in.
So the main thing is I've got breeches, shirt, neckerchief, waistcoat, and so put them all in.
Put them on in, outside, chair, bath. All right. Just a bath.
I mean, I might have...
I'm just saying, is there anything else I need to know about as a DM?
No.
Okay, fair enough. We don't want to get personal.
Just
as a game master.
Careful.
Is it? Yes. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a bath. Beautiful. Back, fade to black on the bath. Back to y'all.
So heading west. Is that the only thing? Is that it? That's keep going west? I mean...
Well, okay.
That's a pretty wide space.
I am, in fact, a dust goblin, but also, okay, I have to be completely honest with all of you because I can't lie. Well, I don't like to lie.
Good to know.
Sully says, well, has told me maybe I should be honest about my past because I was a bit of a outlaw.
Really?
I was part of the Reaver lifestyle. But I got out of that, and I have, changed my ways.
Maybe like 15%.
We're working on it. It's a work in progress, but Sully is helping me walk the straight and narrow. But nonetheless, I come from the Reaver lifestyle, which means I know the wastelands. What is west of here?
West. Yes. Immediately, give me I would say, a nature or history check with advantage.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Or history check. Okay, well they're the same, y'all. Okay. 19, a 30, 20.
Okay, dirty 20. All right. So what you see or what you know from your experience and from history and from your tribe, that there is the Great Scar is to the west, which is a large gorge that divides the Dreadlands from this area. And you have heard that there is a great bridge that people cross. Once they cross that bridge, there's no turning back. That's the Dreadlands. And then you also heard that there is an area that people believe was the center of this cataclysmic event, and it is called the Pillar of the Gods.
Okay.
Or the Pillars of the Gods, and it's some sort of historically significant area of the Dreadlands.
Okay. West. Okay. So even though I am changing my ways, I can't get rid of all the important information that's up here in this noggin from my time as a Reaver. And they say that west, there's a giant tear in the earth ripped open, and like a big old scar. And then on the other side, if you cross the scary bridge, it's supposed to be, I don't know, like a temple. pillars of the gods. It's like the earth rises up and just, you know, it's big.
Yeah. So, if we perhaps get a little more information about this place, this western area, perhaps just a little more of a, what's the best word to put it, first-hand, telling, retelling, perhaps from this old individual or older individual, maybe the sheriff of this town, maybe someone that just might have some more precise information before we go heading off. That would be my vote.
Okay.
Have you journeyed to this scar?
Have I?
Yes.
Oh no, I don't. I'm just a survivalist. I go out and perhaps track things and have a general sense of direction, but
In all honesty, nobody wants to go to the
yeah,
scar.
no one really prefers to go there.
You also do know that what we spoke about earlier,
Yeah.
there is a bit of a safe area that you know that exists around the bridge that your tribe uses as shelter when they travel there.
Okay. We're in this tavern.
Yeah. And as
Is
go
okay.
ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Is there
Yeah.
a humanoid creature in this place that seems to have lots of makeup or war paint on? I know it sounds like a random question. I swear it's relevant.
Really random. Lots of makeup.
Yeah, like color. I'm looking for Wedler has an idea.
Yeah. So you see this female who was kind of walking through.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, clearly makeup, eyeshadow, eyeliner, red lips.
Wedler stands up on the table, and I imagine everything like rattles, right?
I hold my bottle.
Yeah.
As he goes, I have an idea.
And he jumps off and into the crowd of people.
Watch it.
And scutters across until he meets the pretty lady.
And he says, salutations.
And this woman says, "Well, hi."
Okay. The paint, your war paint. Do you have any on you?
I appreciate what you're trying to say. This is called makeup where we come
Oh
from.
no!
Okay. Well, do you have any of the makeups with you?
Like on me right now? No, back in my room, but if you're looking for a room, I can help you with that.
No, I'm looking for your makeups.
Just my makeup.
Or yeah.
Well, all right. What do you need makeup for? And then he says, "Well, I can see. I understand.
Yeah, I need it for
we could maybe
pen and ink.
put some contouring maybe in the cheeks and
I don't know what that is.
yeah."
Listen,
Yeah.
you look like a great warrior with all that face paint on.
Yeah.
It's well respected where I come from.
Sure.
Can I borrow some?
Nexus will be like watching all this, and Nexus will just reach into her hair and just pull out a pen and say, "Is this what you are looking for?"
Do you have, more color?
Color. This one is blue.
Yeah. Keep your warp makeups.
And I scoot back across the bar.
What are you going for?
And
He starts grabbing. He goes, yeah. Okay, tossing lids and caps. It's well known that the town of Hellsbank has a big body of water, the Gulf. The Gulf.
Well, yes, that's to the west.
And he grabs it like a kindergartner is like,
And he colors in this spot.
Okay.
He says, okay, so say this is the Gulf.
Uh-huh.
That makes this
and he takes the next pin with the other hand, like dual wielding.
Hellsbank.
Right.
Right.
So are you?
So I'm saying, if we know we need to head west, this isn't a prison, this is the bridge!
I mean,
Yes.
that seems quite obvious.
I've waited my whole life for this moment. A single tear of joy runs down my face.
Oh, Nexus will be like, well deduced.
Are you proud of me? You did it! We did it!
You did it. You are quite an artist, little one.
You can
To
have
be
your
fair-
makeups back.
To be fair, you did a fantastic job figuring out that might be Hellsbank, because I wouldn't have figured that out.
Well,
But
okay, originally I thought this was a pit of snakes, which would put this really on the other side of the Treadlands if you really think about it. So, but then, and for a while I thought these were all small bowls, which I didn't quite understand, and then I thought maybe they were large butts, but they are not.
yes, I don't think there's any actual
No,
butt land box.
Hills are just land butts.
As they are talking, Sully just kind of notices how quiet Archie is, and just kind of leans over. You doing all right?
Yeah, we're talking about leaving.
Is that something you don't like to do, have never done, don't want to do?
No, it's not as much that. It's just that I got new friends, which is real nice. But if I go wandering, I don't know what to do with the babies.
The who?
I'm sorry, you have babies.
Babies.
What kind of babies? Like you have children?
No. Just I call them the babies. They're just critters. You round them up every now and again. Something sticks around your farmhouse, and maybe something's a little bit hurt, and you have to take care of it for a little bit. And so back in my little lean-to west of town, I got critters.
Well, I feel like you could bring those along with you.
Yeah. All right.
Do we bring critters?
Well, first of all, just know that no one's forcing your hand. You said, your name's Archie, right?
Yeah, it's short for Arcturus, but people have a hard time saying that.
Would you like me to call you Arcturus, or would you like me to call you Archie?
No, Archie is fine. It's got a ring to it.
Well, Archie it is. So my name's actually Sullivan, but
That's beautiful.
Sully is easy to. Well, thank you. If you would still like to join us, I see we are quite the 5-6 ring circus. We don't ask. How about we go back to your lean-to after a little bit, check with the critters, and if you think they are able to join us.
Babies, yeah.
Babies. Do you have a way to transport them?
No.
Just going to carry all the babies?
Well, maybe I could hire somebody to look in on them every now and again.
Well, luckily we have someone who loves to be hired out.
You want to be a baby watcher?
This was not part of the contract.
Well, I'm already a baby watcher on multiple points at this point. I think it's your turn.
If this is added to the contract, like I said, I would be happy to do
4%.
What?
5.
4.5.
4.75. Fine, 4.5.
Thank you.
Thank you for 4 persons.
Yes, 4 person. I like to tap his head, which is like a lot higher. So you notice that the mage hand actually goes and taps his head.
You
you
hear a bit of a raucous kind of like cheer coming from the tunnel and from one of the doors on the sides, and the door, the other door, not the one that Mr. Smith went through, the other one. You see that there are like gold pieces painted on each of the doors as you hear kind of a cheer come from that area, in the area of the spinning coin. And
If I
may.
This one maybe?
No.
Here, yeah.
If I may then, perhaps what I could suggest is, while I assist you in retrieving your babies,
Yeah.
this is probably going to be a long journey, so if you are not supplied well enough or low on supplies, perhaps you all could go and purchase some.
Well, we had our original plan to kind of like get our bearings after, Wedler hired me and Miss.
Wait a second. Where's the mushroom?
There.
Where is that mushroom?
Nexus points towards the doors with the roses on it. Mr. Smith went in there several moments ago.
Oh, right to business, I see.
What kind of business?
Don't ask.
Okay.
How many is several?
Say that again.
How many is several? I got 1, 2.
I mean, if you're asking how many...
Oh, how many moments?
4.
I believe approximately 10.
That seems about right.
Seems right.
He's not obligated to return, but in case he doesn't,
But we
I'll
need
give
him.
Well, we needed tripwires too, and that was a
You
quite
know,
a feat for
everybody
him.
has performance issues, Sully, occasionally.
Can't say I can empathize with that, but
I can. I'm not ashamed.
I'm proud of you. I was just saying, give him a couple more minutes, maybe 30. I don't know. Drink. We need to just rest for a bit, and hopefully he is handling himself in the best of his ability.
Yeah.
If I may, I am aware that many of you require rest periods. Perhaps it may be advantageous, based on the amount of fingers you have consumed, that we all join Mr. Smith in resting for the evening, and then we may approach tomorrow with fresh heads and fresh bodies, and I will
We're going to replace our bodies?
Well, if we're going to rest,
heads.
we should head that way. I'm assuming towards the Drifter's Haven, which is the inn, correct?
You imagine that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, let's head that way, not towards...
But that one's got the shiny door.
Well, it's shiny for many different reasons, and we don't need to
I promise
know.
you're going to be more tired after coming out than rested, so
Okay.
perhaps if you want some rest, that would be the appropriate place.
Sully has taught me that I should be kind. So pen and ink, I'm letting you know I'm putting you back in my sweaty pocket.
Do you happen to have maybe a pouch that you can put it in? Maybe...
No, my pouches are filled with other things.
Well,
This is the paper pocket.
is that the only copy you have?
I got a pouch we could put it in.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's out back.
You have a backpack?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. You know what? A pen and ink, I hear your concerns. My pockets are too sweaty. I will work on that. Until then, ride in the furry comfort of his back pouch.
All right, here we go. Go with God, pen and ink.
All right, the guy... Oh.
Yeah, I know that feels better.
All right.
Help me.
You might want to check in with paper and ink.
Listen, that's a first level spell. We can talk to them for the rest of the show.
You hear, okay.
I just also want to say, I know you have some critters now. But did you know that there are critters everywhere outside of this town too?
Yeah.
I will, for each new one, 1 more %.
We're not hiring more critters.
No, that's just if they needed help or if I thought they was cute.
What if I could build something to help carry your critters?
That's
Like the way your
fantastic.
back pouch carries my map. It'd be like a trade.
I love that.
What a deal?
We got a deal. Squishy.
Yeah, a squish. Yeah, okay. I shall build. Okay, before we go, I'm gonna bobble together something to help carry his critters in.
There's a whisper in Draconic, and he just whispers to himself, Smith, you're watching them next time.
And since Smith went through the roses, I mean, we could pass through and just pick him up on the way to the tavern. I mean, to the Haven, Drifter's Haven.
Would it be in that?
While you guys do that, perhaps, Big Man, would you like to go and get your babies?
Oh, yeah, you want to come with me?
Oh, I'd love to help.
All right, you can help me look in on them. It's kind of a chore.
Oh, well, for 4%, I'm fine.
Yeah,
4.5%.
Four persons.
I still don't understand the numbers.
Oh, if you want, I can teach it to you. We can keep increasing it, and then every time I
Does that
add...
make it better?
Absolutely.
There's a song I can teach you. It's very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I only got the end.
I'll teach it to you.
Okay.
Don't worry. Start with 1, but not right now.
Meanwhile, I see Mr. Smith like with a ducky. Like, shampoo is better. You're taking a bath. Anyways, back to the rest of the party. Go ahead.
It is worth mentioning, so
Yeah.
that Mr. Smith keeps his bowler hat on
Okay, while in the bath.
Despite the fact that he has wedged the door,
Yeah.
he still keeps the hat on.
The bowler hat on. Yeah, creepy. Is there anything else? How long do you want to bath for?
A normal amount of time?
What's normal? Some to both.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay.
Have a little bit of a soak, but
Okay.
because we've been travelling and I'm like genuinely dirty,
Yeah.
you're not going to want to just sit in
Sure.
filth and
Yeah,
water.
you're close to done.
Yeah.
Water's starting to get a little cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just out,
Yep.
toweled off,
Yeah.
into the doctor's bag. There's a fresh shirt and pair
Yeah.
of jeans,
Okay.
breeches,
Yeah.
and then get tidied up.
Okay. Cool. All right. And you, what's your kind of ready to go? Where do you?
Well, I assume that they will either be in the last watering hole or the town will be on fire.
Sure.
It's one
So
of
okay.
those.
So you open up the door. Your laundry is not back yet.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
But you imagine it won't be too long, probably. Where do you go in the meantime? And as you open up the door, you do hear lots of giggling and laughing from the room across the way, with a gentleman in the white suit.
I will ding the bell actually before I leave the.
Okay.
room.
All right. A couple moments pass, and Bentley shows up at the front door. Says, "You rang."
Yes, I did. Where's the best place for a night to sleep? Myself and my companion and these other people are probably going to need a bed. Is there a lodging house? Or
Yes. Well, it depends on what kind of night you're looking for.
At this moment in time,
Yes.
and you can see him sort of weighing up the options.
Yeah.
Like, no. At this moment in time, I think just sleep.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, you can have a room here, but we save those for clients that are interested in extracurricular activities. But the Drifter's Haven, just next door, of course.
Would it be possible to have my laundry delivered there?
Oh, sure, of course.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Never sees his clothes again.
Stole it.
So the clothes that he's changed into are very similar to the ones that he's had before. Again, it's a nice shirt. It's
Sure.
nice
Sure.
breeches.
Yeah.
So he's looking a little bit more smart, as opposed to that dust of it. Yeah, all right. I'll go and try and find them, and then the room will be under my name if you just leave it at the front desk, or well, whoever takes it. Across.
Yes, well, of course. I'll make sure that Nimoy knows, and we'll take care of it. Toodles. Leaves. All right.
Can we please walk through the door exactly as he steps out in a towel?
He's dressed.
He's dressed.
As
Okay.
you kind of
Yeah.
come through, same description. I don't think I have to give it again. It's a very lush, sort of posh interior, and just very, very fragrant as you come through. And again, people kind of walking through, looking at you, smiling. You get a couple nods, and
Everybody.
Every single person who makes eye contact, I say, "Hello, I am Nexus."
all right. And some of them are like, "Oh, hello," and some of them kind of like start to circle you and start to kind of take it all in. Some of them are like, "Oh, you're fuzzy."
Yep.
What's the merchandise?
And
ladies?
I see you have some burrs. Would you like me to take care of those? For
No,
you?
those. No, I'm kind of attached to them.
They're attached to you, actually. I guess it's a kind of. Anyways, my name, in fact, as soon as I bring it up, because I wasn't ready for this.
Sorry.
Just a quick point of
go
order.
ahead.
When we leave the tavern,
Yeah.
heading towards the Painted Rose, Paradise Rose.
Yeah.
I just like pause, and you'll see a mage hand just slip into my coin purse. Period. Coin purse. Get one gold and just lay it on the tavern as a tip.
Okay.
Because this was a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're so
Noted.
So nice.
And the nice lady, she's kind of short, kind of dark, really curly hair, pulled back, and has got like flowers in her hair, and is wearing kind of this again sort of shimmery, semi-translucent gown. She says, "Is there anything I can help you with this evening? I've never seen one of you through here before."
One of me.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
You're, and you speak. This is Amazing. And like two
Well, thank
two
you.
others actually, one sort of redhead and one closely cropped blonde, kind of start to walk around you and like, oh my goodness. And you're all watching this kind of happen.
Yeah, I could use. Y'all know anything about looking in on people's babies?
Oh,
Yeah, because I'm about to go on a trip with my new best friends, and I'm going.
You need a sitter,
Yeah.
like a baby sitter. Yeah, that's not quite the service that we offer here.
Well, what do you do?
Nexus will just turn to Archie and like whisper in his ear and like with like a weird amount of hand gestures and just keeps whispering and then says, "I read it in a book."
Y'all stay away from me.
Oh well, all right. We don't bite. But you all look like you could use a bath, perhaps.
We are
and
just
some.
looking for. Thank you. And he like tips his hat.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like you very much. I've not had a bath in at least 10 years.
Well, it's never too late to try.
It is always too late for a bath. Thank you very much.
We were just looking for a fraha.
We found the mushroom.
And as you see him start to kind of come out of a door up top.
So,
Hello.
Hey, Mushroom Man.
why did you bring the kids in here?
I didn't bring anything.
We were looking for a bed.
We were just making sure that you were safe, and then we're heading over to the Drifters. Hey.
Yeah, I was just wanting to get clean off the road.
Had a fun time.
So I can tell you, we figured out the map. We're on the way to the Scar, and he has babies.
I got babies.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack.
They're not ours. Just to clarify, he didn't get them here.
I look forward to picking up my laundry. I'll be next door.
Yeah, yes, we'll have it
Thank you very
delivered.
much. Again, lovely establishment.
Thank you. I'll
Why
let
did you
Fenny
leave
know.
Be careful, they'll do stuff to your parts. Nexus, tell him.
We'll like whisper back to Archie again. So you see, some people enjoy it.
No,
Yes.
no.
Either way,
As-
we are heading back. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, as much as I'd love to talk about the bears and the bees, yeah, no, absolutely. Let's get out of here, and you and I need to have a quick chat.
Yes, we'll have a glorious quick chat. Shall we?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're walking towards that.
Yeah, we can pass through.
Yeah.
All right.
I pretend to tip a hat. I don't got a hat, but I've seen them doing it, so
Nexus will also tip an invisible hat.
like that.
All right. You leave through the doors, and it's a very different experience here. A bit more rustic. Still the sconces so it's the same sort of dimensions and makeup, but obviously not the same experience walking through to the Paradise Rose as it is through to the Drifter's Haven. But as you kind of cross through, prim and proper is the best way to describe the decor of this inn. A large reservation desk with two boys dressed in maroon uniforms with single gold stripe on each side. A small cap stand on either side of this desk. A red-horned tiefling decked out in a top hat, cravat tie, long coat, double-breasted vest, and high-waisted pants kind of steps up and goes up the stairs as you kind of come in, as these boys kind of look at you and nod. A large staircase with cast iron rail leads up to a second-floor landing, turns and moves up a third-floor landing, so it's 3 floors, and it's the tallest building in the area, it appears. There is obviously the only doors out from there other than the main doors are back through the tunnel that you came through.
Sully is going to immediately take point. So having heard and watched and experienced these fine individuals, he will just step up to the boys, or if there's like a desk or someone watching, and if he doesn't see anybody, I guess he'll address them. So, hello, my name is Sheriff Sullivan Furno, and I would like to get some rooms.
And the one of the boys says, "Oh, Sheriff, of these parts."
Not these parts. No, I'm a bit, I believe, more northeast of here.
Through the mountains.
Yeah.
Oh wow. All right. How many rooms? Sorry.
3.
And 1 wooden floor, please.
Aw.
What would it?
Yeah, I would like your best wooden
Or
floor.
actually, can I get 2 rooms?
Yes.
One hopefully bigger than the other.
Fair enough. Okay, so 1 room per night is 10 silver.
Okay.
Okay, so if that's 3 rooms,
Now,
30 silver.
it's 2 rooms.
2 rooms,
One
20
if you have a bigger room to accompany to occupy more than
I feel like
2 individuals.
I feel like with the 3 of us, we make quite the size. I don't think we can all accommodate in
I
a
sleep on
single.
the floor.
Yeah, I did too.
Nexus will
We'll
just
be
reach.
All right, well, if you're comfortable.
Look, I've just met you and I'm not comfortable sleeping with any of you except Sully.
Well, you just met some. Never mind. I'm not
Okay.
gonna say.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You must have had a lovely time while I was having a
I
bath.
think they want to talk without us. They do this sometimes. I got used to
3
it.
rooms. I also don't actually know you. I'm just showing you a kindness by paying for the room.
Oh, I have money.
I also have money.
I have a gold nugget.
Get your mage hand immediately hands it back and gives it back to Wedler. Absolutely
That
not.
was a lovely piece of rock you got there.
Yeah, I dug it up myself.
Oh.
If you wouldn't mind, 3 rooms.
Right. So 30 silver. Would
30.
you like a bath?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
We have the use of the bathhouse in the Paradise Rose, if you'd like. With the use of a bath, it's an extra 5 silver, so it's 15 silver per room if you want a bath.
There's
The
the
use of
gold
the
they
bathroom.
just tossed immediately to them.
Just bear in mind, they charge you for soap extra, and towels are extra, and colognes
That is
extra.
robbery.
Listen, it's cheaper, and this is what I don't understand, to have a hot bath than it is to have just a cold bath.
Well, I
You
mean,
know, it
have you
doesn't
seen
cost
the
you
environment?
anything not to pay. Goblin logic.
3 rooms.
All right. Very well. Please. This way. Picks up the keys. Any belongings?
He's
that
got
need to be-
babies.
I've got babies. Do you watch babies?
No.
All right.
No. Like real babies? Here?
Yeah, they're real. They're real special.
Critters, apparently.
All right. No outside critters.
We
animals.
have. It's been a long day, friend.
Yes.
Could you potentially let this one slide?
We did offer you 1 gold.
He kind of looks up towards the woman that walked up the stairs and says,
And as he says that, the smile is there. You start to see smoke almost emanating from his eyes.
intimidation check.
Woo!
So 14.
Yeah.
Could I help him with that? Where as he's doing that, I'm just like slowly, rifle would be in the back, so just like slowly like going up and down my
You give him
pistol.
your bonus?
Yeah, I'm giving my bonus with intimidation.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, +3.
So 17.
Okay. 17 says, well, I guess what I don't see, I can't tell.
I will thank you from the deepest part of my heart, and I will tip it. Just for one night, I'll even make sure that someone helps clean up any messes.
Yeah, well, he takes cap off and puts it back on. Says, please, this way. Takes you upstairs. And each room that you get a key to is a fairly simple room. Do you want single bedrooms, double bedrooms? What's
Double
the
bedrooms.
So each room, double beds?
Yes.
Okay, they're just single kind of hay-filled mattresses.
Great.
A kind of lantern, an oil lantern on an end table right in the middle of it, with a foot locker at the bottom of each bed, and that's it. It's very simple but clean and nice.
As I walk up, I'm going to look at Wedler and say, "You trust me, little one?
Yeah.
It'd be best if you and Nexus perhaps share a room."
Okay. I sleep on the floor. Does that make you lonely, Nexus?
Oh, no, I am fine.
Do you sleep?
I do.
Okay.
Good. If you, we'll be right next door. We're not gonna not know each other. We're just gonna take a load off.
You know, that's what my dad said before he left. So, I'm gonna trust you because you have the shiny star, and that tells me that you are trustworthy and powerful.
I'm sorry about your dad. But I'm not your daddy, so I won't leave you.
Dad of the
We're
year.
all just gonna be next to each other. I just need to have a small little chit chat with Mr. Smith.
Is he in trouble?
Yes.
Bad mushroom.
Oh. Okay, well, that's fine with me.
And if
okay.
no, speak. I guess overspoke you.
Nothing. I'm just very excited about this wooden floor.
It is quiet. It's mahogany.
Yeah, I can't wait to.
But that just means it's you and me, big guy.
That's all right. I'd like to have a bath first.
Oh,
All right.
I've heard of them.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna try it.
what? Shall we know?
All right. So you have the use of a bath room per room.
Oh, okay.
And then it's extra for whatever. So you have 3 bath
Are you gonna
rooms
take
in
a
the
bath?
Paradise Rose.
We have a spare bath because neither of us are bathing.
Okay.
I tell him about what to use. I'm like, perhaps you should try something called a conditioner. It really will make your fur.
It's good
What
for
do you
your
call
fur.
it? Yep. Oh,
All right. All right.
Okay.
I'll come out about an hour later, just very full, holding my belly. I'm like, I finished
No.
it. I finished it. Whoa.
Oh no!
I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
That was a lot, even for me. I don't know
What
how
did you do?
mushroom did it.
what the hell did you do?
I ate all the soap. I drank all the water.
You know what? That was on me.
It's about to be.
Can you give me
Yeah.
a dexterity saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw. 22.
Oh,
Okay. Can you give me
Yep.
a wisdom save as well?
Oh, that's gonna be lower. 15.
Oh, alright. Okay.
Thanks, Forged.
Thankfully, your bear pouch was dexterous enough to hold the map.
I was pinching it.
oh gosh.
And just before you got in the bath, you remembered, oh wait, I have a map in my bear pouch.
Oh, yep.
And so so anyways, otherwise you may have lost the map in your bear pouch. But anyways, you managed to keep it.
I think I spent
Dry
the rest of the
and-
night teaching him how to use soap and.
So you bathed together?
Oh, no, I just drank all the water.
Oh, okay. Okay, so did you both go for baths? Okay.
Yeah.
So we can, unless you want anything specific to occur at the bathhouse.
Yep.
You're obviously
think-
offered services.
You just see
Whether
before
or
he
not-
gets into it, Shiv pulls out a notepad, and then on it are various locations, and then one more gets crossed off, and it's this town.
Okay.
And he puts it away.
All right. All right. Also, I just need to know, of the menu that you're given us a little card of all the things you can buy at the bathhouse. I need to know what you do just so you can remove it from your gold.
Oh,
So it was the five silver for the hot water
Yes.
bath.
Yes. I'm just going to stop you there and just say yes.
Okay, so just hot water.
No, as in like yes. As in give me
All
the
of
rest.
it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's if you can write this down as I go. 3 copper for soap, 1 copper for a towel. You want salts,
Sure. man.
5 silver.
Oh, 5 silver for those?
Yeah,
God damn. Okay.
yeah, for bath salts.
Hold up then.
Perfume or cologne
Perfume.
as a silver.
Okay, hold up. Okay, so I didn't realize. So 5 silver, so 6 silver plus 4 copper.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes.
And then clothes cleaning,
Oh, yes. Why not?
5 silver.
Okay, so holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. And then do you want any drinks or food or a rub down while you're there?
Yes to the first 2, no to the last.
Okay. All right. So let's just say another 5 silver for like a little tray of cheese and meats and
Okay. And I think if he comes with me, I
yeah.
want to like.
Charcuterie, as my daughter calls it.
Oh Jesus!
Charcuterie board.
That's our one.
As
Oh, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
but as
She's 19. It's not that.
Oh.
She's 18, but no. but even
Still.
still, yeah. Go on.
But since
Sorry,
we went
Lana.
together,
Yeah.
I'll double it. I'll pay for his as well, just to
Okay.
kind of
Aw.
teach him proper.
His first non-fond
The
bat.
stuff that he ate, yeah, he needs to replace it.
You
32 silver.
I hand him. I see kind of the commerce going back and forth, and I hand him all my gold, which is I got this. It's like 8 shiny pebbles that are real pretty that I got down by the water, and there's a button there, and there's also 10 gold, and I just drop it, and there you go. Yep, I don't. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yep.
If you want me to keep it
I'm
for
partial to
safekeeping.
the buttons, but I mean, you're
Well,
my
how about
new friend.
How
so.
about this? Here's your button, and here's your gold.
No.
I'll take this, and then I take 1 gold coin from you.
Oh, all right.
You keep that for safety.
The cover. All right, I'll hold it on to it for you.
All right.
I'm keeping the button. I changed my mind.
How many silver is one gold again? 100?
10.
10. So that would have been okay.
It's 10, 10, 10, 10.
Okay, gotcha.
10 copper is silver, 10 silver is a gold,
Okay.
10 gold is a platinum.
I literally didn't know that till right now.
So whilst
Look
they're
at that,
having a bar,
everybody.
Commerce.
whilst they're having a bar,
Yes.
I would like to have a conversation with Sully.
Okay, all right. Are you guys taking the room together?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to it.
I guess when I don't know if he walks in first, but I will let him walk in first. I will make sure that the kids are all where they need to be. I'm going to wait for a second to make sure no one just leaves immediately. Close the door. Entire demeanor changes. What the fuck?
I thought Wheeler was bad, and how did we end up with those 3?
You know, when an opportunity arises, you're supposed to say no, but then you have someone like Wedler who makes all those no's a yay.
Yeah. My apologies for lumping them with you. It was funny, but from the look on your face, it looks like it was.
You know what? I am someone who loves to meet people. I did not expect to meet, 3 individuals within walking into this town, for 2 minutes within walking into this place, and having them follow us for the rest of this now journey we're doing with Wheeler. But, things happen when they need to happen.
I mean, Nexus seems nice, and Archie's a great big doof, but Shiv, I ain't sure about him.
Shiv seems like an opportunist.
Yeah.
I've worked with many opportunists.
But other than that, I mean, ignoring the kids, we've got a problem.
What's the problem?
When on one of the many occasions when Wheeler was shouting about that bloody map and artifact, some competent people took note. I wouldn't be surprised if they, maybe not in town, but maybe as we're leaving, they might come and have a chat.
That smile returns. They can have as many chats as they want.
I don't know, a couple of them look pretty handy.
And there's a gun that immediately floats next to my head.
Look, you don't have to put on a show for me.
I'm not putting on a show, I'm just letting you know that I can handle myself if necessary.
Yeah, we can, and I trust you, and I know what you're capable of, but I don't know about these.
Well, I saw one definitely had something strapped to his shoulder. Bigger gun than I got.
Alright.
I don't know about this individual, but she was talking to a map, which tells me that she's at least smart and has the ability to get information in ways that we can't. That's reconnaissance, that's intelligence, that's important. He's a big bear.
Yeah, no, I'm not. We're absolutely keeping that great big hairy lump.
I am not about using people, of course. I'm about justice and the Hellbankian way.
No, I mean, he's probably the nicest person we've met.
Wheeler's pretty nice.
Up until recently, Wheeler would have slit your throat with that bunch of them. I mean, they're getting better, but I mean, the intent's there. They want to change, but
Well, we didn't meet in the most excitable of circumstances.
Oh, the other problem, it's expensive here. We're running out of money, and that really nice place, they don't need me. They've got their own. They run a clean place, so they've got no need for
Well, we weren't planning on staying here forever.
I know, but I was
We've been
hoping.
traveling for quite some time.
Yeah, but I was hoping to offset our costs, but
Then that means we need to pick up some work potentially. If this goes well and there is treasure, perhaps there's something we can use from that.
okay. I just hate being the adult in the room all the time.
Yeah. Look. I empathize.
Yeah.
On a molecular level.
Okay. All right. Have we got a direction? You said
We're
that,
heading west, going towards the Great Scar.
and his eyes widen a little bit. Why?
The treasure map and the information that Nexus gave clearly hints that we need to go west.
I was hoping we wouldn't have to do that.
Well, I was hoping for many things, but don't always get your way, do you?
All right. Heads down. Head off in the morning.
Yeah. Get some rest. I'll stay for a bit. I need to make sure that all is handled. Make sure the 4 horsemen don't ride off in the night.
Well, I mean, you and I should take watches because, worst case scenario, that bunch of low lives will do something.
I'm gonna check in with all of them before we before I go to bed. Sleep.
All right. You start to turn in. What do the rest of you do? You folks have your bath? Settle up. You come back.
I think at that point, like, I don't know if Archie goes to sleep immediately, but
Just on the floor like a bearskin rug.
This is my new best friend.
beautiful. As Archie falls asleep, you see Shiv doesn't sleep, and instead, it's now very clean, but you see him instead leaning against the window and kind of just looking out, and for the first time you see him pull out his pistol, cock it out, sees the one bullet, cocks it back, cock it out, cocks it out, and then keeps looking out, and that's it.
Okay. As you sit at the window, you look out the window for a moment as you kind of do it, and your last click in, and in the courtyard, kind of behind the inn, walking between kind of the houses, you see this humanoid creature, and it's kind of hunched over slightly, and it looks like it's wearing a blue, 3-piece suit, but dirty and ripped at the edges. And this individual appears to be slightly shambling, kind of up towards, in the direction of the spinning coin behind the inn. And as this creature kind of looks up at you, in the moonlight, you can see its face is kind of gaunt. Its jaw kind of slack. And then it turns back in the direction and then takes off really fast and shambles up the end, and that's where we're going to end episode 1 of Tales of the East to West. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Again, if you liked what you saw tonight, consider subscribing and sharing. We will see you next week. This has been a lot of fun, folks. What a fantastic group. This coming weekend on Sunday, you can watch. We are going to have an after show every week. You all can name it. What are we going to name it?
Let's think about it. Let's think.
All right.
We'll think
It
about
doesn't
it.
have to be on in the moment, but you all can name your after show, and we'll figure that out. All right. But basically, what that'll be is like a 50-minute kind of chat about the episode, what people thought about the characters, what they think is going on, about the story, what this creature might be, all of that kind of stuff. All right. You all have fun. We love you. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.